Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 11. Yeah, that's right. D&D with the boys. The boys, as always, we've got Ghost, Mitchell, the Dude, and Sim.
Heyo.
Ew, ew.
Hey.
Lots of stuff happened last time. Does anyone want to give a recap?
I'll
I
step
think
back.
I think this one would be simple. So we confronted that one chick, right? What was her name? Turns out she was housing the bad wizard guy.
Modicet.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so a big brawl broke out, and we went to go find Modicet while this guy here decided to turn his back on everyone. Everyone.
Now the mission is simple. Kill Modicet, no matter what.
Does that
If
about
that,
cover it for a
if
recap?
that
or-
priestess gets in the way again, kill her.
That was a very loose recap of what happened, but
A lot of
I mean that
details,
would
but
serve, I
undercovers.
guess.
Reggie gave a macabre tour.
Yeah, details.
Essentially,
Details.
to do a bit more in depth for the people at home, essentially, what happened was as part of the investigation, it was discovered that the priestess Marisha was housing Maruset there at the temple. What was discovered in his room is what set off a bit of a situation where it was discovered he was behind everything, potentially. It looked to be that way as he had a torture murder room tied into his housing there. Also a murder rug that prevented entry initially until our brave party beat it to death. Then afterwards, everybody who was not sick was rounded up downstairs in the temple. Reginald had some words with the priestess and one of her assistants and went to show them the devastation that was wrought because of their either ignorance or, well, in some respects, probably complicity when it came to the priestess, as it was believed that she knew all along what was going on. Kothar estranged himself from the group by sticking up for his new family, that being the priesthood, the priestess, the Temple of America. Did what he could to try to save what he felt were innocent lives, but was beaten down by the combined might of Nagel and Reggie. Was not killed, however. Neither was the priestess Marisha, even though that they believed she might be complicit in all of this. They were simply tied up and left. The horrors were exposed to a fellow initiate, and you'll have to remember that name for me, Demi.
That would be, I believe it was Elise.
Elise.
Yep, Elise.
Was exposed to an initiate of the temple named Elise. She was initially stricken with shock and horror. Reginald and Nagel, rather uncaring, left her there in a room full of corpses, and then proceeded back down to collect Leo, who had been attempting to maintain order, frightening all the people there and making them think he was going to kill them if they didn't consent to what was basically just search, seizure, whatever, anything. Mercenary brutality. Anywho, they all collected themselves and left the Temple of America to their business as they hunted down Marset. And then, as they left, they went to return to the inn they'd been staying at. I believe it's the Golden Grain. Golden Grain Inn? Help me out here.
That's right.
That's right. Golden Grain Inn. There was a scene cut that showed Kothar getting free, bringing the priestess down to receive treatment and getting rest himself as he was badly beaten and battered, but also making plans for the temple. So it may not be the last that is heard of the Temple of America, despite all the setbacks they've suffered. That
Many
is the
setbacks.
breakdown.
Making America great again.
Yes.
Oh,
That
yeah.
has to be the title.
And I believe our group settled in the inn for the night. Got a nice long rest after a tiring day of investigating and fighting and almost dying, really.
And a level up, if I recall correctly.
That is correct. So, now that was that session. Let's get to this session. So, mute that music. We'll set the scene in the middle of the night, maybe around 3 or 4 a.m. After a long journey on horseback, a man arrives at the mayor's house on strict orders from his boss to get down to the bottom of the strange happenings in Orlane. And that man has a name and descriptions. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Certainly. Marcus Vertus rides into town, horseback, acting as a hired emissary for the Baron, under his authority, sent out to Orlane to see what's going on, sort out the issues based on the information given with Bannon, Mayor, this group of adventurers, and one of whom he knows. Marcus Vertus is an inventor, an artificer. Spent his early years essentially pursuing the same kind of work that his father and mother did, cooking, smithing. But he tried to merge the two, sort of cooking, alchemy, anything really. And what happened? A few explosive results. He did learn that explosives and fire were interesting, though, so that piqued his interest. He became more interested in alchemy, the actual study itself. Practiced on his own, sort of in the backyard, day-to-day works, minor things really, but it did catch the attention of local guild artisans. Well, he ended up becoming a quick study under the guild, more practical matters, but they didn't really like his new ideas, his inventions, constantly being put down by his family, by his artisans. He just never really could find his niche, but he nearly resigned to taking a position just as a cook at the local inn. But then the Independent Guild of Explosive Sciences gave him a formal invitation for study, and all expense paid, and Marcus found his home. Now, it's been about 10 years since that time. He's become a full-fledged inventor, upstanding member of society, part-time bounty hunter, defender of the peace. Now he arrives in this town, the Baron's authority, looking to figure out the happenings and deliver Orlane from this horrific circumstance that it now finds itself in.
Right, as I said, it's about 3 a.m., very dark out right now. When you arrive upon the mayor's abode, the door is smashed. There's a corpse of a man laying in front of the building. This is a scene that displays before you. There are no lights emitting from the room. All is quiet in Orlane.
Marcus will dismount, look around, go over and investigate the man. How does he look as far as that goes?
Yeah, you approach the man. He appears to be suffering some sort of cut, fatal wound. Definitely not breathing. He's been dead for quite some time. Maybe in his mid-30s, from a glance. There are maggots and flies infesting his body at this point. Although the specific details are hard to make out in the night. Unless, of course, you have some sort of tool that would aid you.
I believe that I do. Marcus will sort of squint to take a look at what's going on with this man, but remembers, of course. Roots around. He's going to pull out a pair of goggles and place them over his eyes. tap a few panels on the side of them, and I'll have dark vision out to 60 feet while I wear them.
The scene becomes much more clear now that your tool is being put to use. The man is quite hefty, you can tell, possibly a fat boy. He has a weapon in his hand that's clutched. Upon further inspection, if you were to touch it, his fingers now set with rigor mortis or tightly grasping the dagger that is given to him, a very used and worn dagger. He appears to be wearing the clothes of some sort of cook, but he's also injured and beat up. There are bruises that seem to be much older than the wounds that he has suffered.
Take a look at the dagger and then take it and hold on to it. Might be evidence. And walk to the door. Sort of peek my way in.
It doesn't take much effort, but you're able to walk over the rubble of the door, splinters and wood shattered everywhere. And you get a glimpse of the room. 4 chairs, a table, notes, some plants, unlit candles.
Sort of knock to the side if there's any wood left standing. Hello? Hello?
There's no response.
Well, the door is open. Walk my way over and start taking a look around, particularly at this table and correspondence on the desk, see what I can see as far as reading that.
Well, the most apparent seems to be a note. It reads of a man apologizing for leaving so early, but he knows when to cut loose. Other papers appear to be ledgers and notes that are signed from the mayor. You know her name to be Eleanor.
Take a look at some of the scrolls here. Really what I'm looking for is anything of interest regarding what I've heard is going on in town from the messenger.
You spend a bit of time looking through the papers. There does not appear to be anything written about the sudden change of Captain Bannon's behavior. It just seems to be normal town affairs.
Any mention of a group of travelers that are supposed to be here?
Yeah, you dig through some papers. If you wind up opening maybe a shelf, a drawer, right, you pull it out, and it's a little missive with some notes. And as you continue to investigate the scene, you read of... It's from Eleanor. It's the same writing from Eleanor, right? You've become accustomed to her penmanship at this point. It's a note saying that her dear friend Reginald has returned with some companions who she's not too fond of, and hopefully they can get to the bottom of things. There's a little smiley face at the end of it for some reason.
He had like a cursory glance around. He doesn't really see anything else, I imagine, so... Eventually Marcus decides his best decision would be to take up lodging if possible, so he's gonna work his way out and then sort of look at the state that things are in, think to himself how much worse this must have gotten during his travel. Mounts the horse and heads to the nearest inn that is in town, looking around for maybe signs or signage of some sort to get him in the right direction.
Right. In the middle of the night, you make your way through the silent town as you pass building after building. No one in the streets running about. You pass by, first, The constable quarters, or at least what remains of it, it appears to have been burnt to the ground at a quick inspection. You were given a map of the town of Orlane. You definitely know this is where it was supposed to be.
Gods be good. There is some clear degeneracy. Sort of look around.
Are you looking for anything specific, or?
Just looking over the building itself. I mean, it looks obviously clearly burnt. I'm thinking it looks burnt. Anything that stands out to me as I'm sort of surveying the grounds of where it stood. Just kind of doing a quick glance around.
It's hard to make out, but there's a lot of like collapsed rubble. The doors are, it's quite a disaster. But give me an investigation real quick.
Start.
From what you can
Glad to
tell,
get that out of the
in middle
way.
the night, it was just whatever happened here was truly just horrible. Absolutely. It's best that you not dwell here for longer.
And rear the horse up and keep going on my way, just following the map that I have.
Yep, eventually you make your way to an inn that just so happens to be there's like a sign out front of a nice little bag of wheat maybe, or barley or some sort. I don't know.
Some
Hard to tell.
type
Golden
some type of
Barley
weed.
Inn.
Yeah, so you ride your horse down the inn. There's some lights within, although it's still quiet. You don't see anyone in the streets going about their night, or morning rather.
Is there a place to hitch up my horse anywhere?
Yeah, there's a nice little makeshift stable out front.
So I'd hitch up the horse and then approach the door, see if it's locked or unlocked, taking off my goggles of night as I do so.
You're able to open the door. And, the scene displays forth. There just seems to be a man with a broom cleaning up some sort of mess or some spillage, minding his own business, and he turns around as he hears the bells chime.
I look at him and... Oh, good evening to you.
Yes, good morning, sir. Just one moment, please. He continues to sweep up some sort of wood chips, maybe? I don't know.
Of course.
Sawdust by the time he was done with it.
Take your time, my good man. Take your time. I walk to the front desk and just kind of wait for him.
He quickly finishes what he's up to and puts the broom down, runs over behind the counter and says, yes, what is it that I can get for you? It is rather late or early, depending on your perspective, friend.
Yes, I'm sorry to be a bother at this time, but I've only just arrived and was looking for lodging and information if you happen to have it.
Well, I definitely have the lodging. I can do that for you. But what is this information you're asking about?
I'm looking for a few people here, and I was sent by the Baron to speak with the mayor or constable. I've been unable to locate either, and the constabulary's burned down. I was wanting to figure out what was exactly was going on in this town during my travel.
Yes. let me think. I have not seen either of those two individuals quite recently, my friend. Although many strange things have been happening. But you said lodging? Yes, I can get that for you, of course.
Yes, I'd be happy to have a room, but could you tell me more about the strange things, at least what you know?
Yes. Well, it is quite simple. People went missing, but now more violence, I suppose, has been. People are dying, I believe. Actually, we've had quite a few problems ourselves with disruptive guests coming to our inn and just making quite a mess. And then I actually went. You had mentioned that the constabulary was burnt down, I believe, right?
Yes, I passed by it on my way here. That was where the constabulary stood, and it was burnt to ash and cinder.
Yes. I have heard about that too. I do not know where the guards are, but people have been causing quite a ruckus recently. There seems to be no law. It is quite infuriating, quite disruptive to business, and so much going on. I do not know what to do, but I know I can get you a room. So there is that, of course.
What about these disruptive guests? They live around here? Are they newcomers to town?
God, I would not say guests, more in one guest in particular, a very big hairy man, definitely does not live
I see.
there. At least, I don't believe so. I haven't seen him around until recently. He is actually staying in one of our rooms, but he pays well, so we deal with his inconveniences.
I see. Does there happen to be an elf among this group of travelers?
My friend, you ask many questions but show little gold.
How much for a room?
Let's see. He sort of rummages through some keys that he has pinched behind him on a nail, just hanging from it.
8 silver, 2 gold, or 4 gold?
My friend, it depends on how you wish to spend your night. If you want luxury, that would be 4 gold.
I see. I am a man of simple means. So the cheaper rooms, but I do have a gold piece for you, if you can tell me if there's an elf in this establishment. Perhaps a name, if you happen to have it as well.
I like the cut of your jib, friend. He takes a gold piece from you. Well, to be honest, there are 2 elves staying in our humble abode. One of them came with that disruptive man that I mentioned before. I did not catch his name, but he was wearing robes and he had dark skin and pointy ears.
I see.
The other elf, what is his name? He's a regular. I do not know. I thought he lived here, but he stays here way too often. His name was, what is it? Forgive me, but, he is not like the other elf. He is more, savage, uncultured, in fact.
I see. Well, I appreciate the information nonetheless, and give him the 8 silver for... And here's my silver for the night.
Of course, my friend. Let me just get you a key. And he runs over, grabs a wooden key, and hands it to you. Here you go, my friend. It'll be 3rd room on the right when you get in.
Perfect. Out of curiosity, where is the elf with the robes staying? As far as in the inn.
I believe he checked out the deluxe suite. So it'll be the biggest room. It is impossible to miss.
Very good. I appreciate your help, good man. I will see you, well, in a few hours, I imagine.
Yes, of course. I do have to ask. I know you are interested in the other party, but they did pay their dues, so please do not disturb the sleeping guests.
Oh, of course.
Great. What's your name, friend?
Oh, apologies. My name is Marcus. Marcus Verdus. I reach my hand out. Probably burnt black fingertips, pretty much.
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Marcus.
And your name, sir?
of course. Where are my manners? I am David. David Rhapsody. You can call me Big D if you would like.
David is fine, thank you.
Okay, okay.
Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, however you wish to consider it.
Yes, I apparently have insomnia. I am always awake, always working. You know, that's what they pay me for.
Well, very well then. He sort of kind of uncomfortably scoots away with his gear and heads up.
Good night, friend. And he says his parting words as he depart upstairs. Yep. Let me just switch.
I think it goes without saying that I do disturb the sleeping guests. Because this is why I'm here.
Let's see, real quick. Sim and Dude, were you guys also staying in the Deluxe Suite, or did you get your own room?
I don't know about the second time around.
Oh, them boys is sleeping in the same room together. They're right here. If I remember correctly. Unless Nagel or Leo are too broke to pay for separate lodging, in which case they're probably sleeping on Reggie's floor.
I don't know. I remember them being pretty flush after raiding the church.
Oh yeah, no, they're.
I didn't have no. I didn't.
Leo's
none,
loaded.
But I don't
That's
remember how
right.
we set it up.
Leo is loaded.
Leo did. A bunch of gems, I think.
Yeah, he's stacked. He could probably just put a gemstone on the desk and I'll buy the whole room.
The building's mine now.
Right.
So I guess yeah, we would be in the separate bedroom.
Feel free to move the tokens to wherever you believe you'd be sleeping.
Well, yeah, that'd be good. Hanging off the bed, I'm sure.
He's having a bad trip.
The feet not hanging off the bed, the head hanging off the bed because Nagel just doesn't get it, I guess.
He's pulling the
Got
cord.
horrible neck pain. Alright, so pretty much what I would do is kill all my dogs. No. What I would do is I'd come up the stairs. I'm sure that'll stop shortly. Give me just a moment, actually, for the sake of our viewers, whatever viewers there are.
Throw a snap pop down. Usually gets them to stop. Mine go under beds at that point.
I don't have any dogs.
I only recommend big ones because yours are trainable.
Right? Oh, only big dogs.
Small ones, like, you can't do nothing with. They just do what they want. They're like cats. Only they bark.
At least they don't like scratch at you. Did I ever tell that story? I was talking with an old GM, and my cat jumped up on my desk. I nudged him off. Did it again. Nudged him off. Then he does it again, and I see he's getting ready to pounce up. So I'm like, so he's halfway between the desk and the floor, and I just nudge him in the middle. And he reaches out, grabs my laptop, and shreds my keyboard. I was so pissed.
Alright, I had to shut the door a bit there to calm that down, but anyway. Everybody's here now, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Or I think Leo's still on baby duty.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I would come up and, you know, obviously seeing this really big, ornate side of the room, basically. I would knock, lightly at first, just trying not to wake other patrons, but trying to get my point across with the knocking.
I imagine Reggie's had his 4 hours. He was getting ready to cast a spell, and then he hears a knocking on the door. He draws his short sword and makes for the door. Is there people or anything?
There's no people, but there's some space below the door, right on the bottom, where you'd be able to look through if you'd wish.
Nah.
Who is
He'll
it?
go over to the side and say, goes there?
Now, there is a voice that sounds familiar. Is that Reginald Rawl?
No. He goes to the door and opens it. Marcus?
Indeed, in the flesh, surprisingly.
It is ever so good to see you.
And
You have no idea what this last few days have been like.
he holds his hand out for you to shake it. Oh, I have some idea.
He sheathes the sword.
Clearly, it's been a dangerous one as he sees the sword get sheathed.
Indeed. Most dangerous.
Yeah, might I join you for a moment?
Where are my manners? Please, there's a table over there, as you can see. Reggie goes over and lights a candle because he doesn't need it. But his human friend does.
And I close the door behind me. Oh. I must say it is good to see you well. I had feared the worst when I saw the constabulary burnt.
Yes, that was quite the night. Well, you being here, I must assume the Baron has sent you.
You would assume correct. The Baron, well, hands are a bit tied with all the other affairs of the realm. He couldn't spare much. But he contracted me, sent me out to see what I could do, gave me his authority to arrest the constable here if he's being out of sorts. I heard some reports from a messenger. I believe Constable Bannon, Chief Bannon, being a bit of a lout.
I thought that myself as well, though I think he is suffering, and quite understandably, a bout of madness. Please allow me to tell you what has been going down in this town. He tells him the story of, like, pretty much the second he got here, witnessed a bar melee, where someone tried to literally kill another person. Bannon was there. More people were murdered. The ghouls of the mountain of corpses down below, monstrosities, a strange idol, the connection to the church, and the other elf, Modicet. Tells him pretty much everything.
Conveniently leaving out any negative details, I'm sure. No. But
Negative details.
yeah, like I traveled with a lizard man who ate people and
Oh no, leave that
oh,
in.
oh my.
There's a lizard man who became an ally. Yes, he ate one of the men that I had slain, very, very openly and apparently in front of some guards that were still left. He was an interesting fellow.
To say the least, I imagine. You've went through quite a few days of madness. I am amazed you've still been able to keep it together, Lord Rawl. Sitting there.
I'm trying. And so my quest now is thankfully quite simple. Kill Modicet, the one I believe to be behind it all.
Are we completely certain of his involvement in this?
My apologies, I did not tell you of the church. Within the quarters that he was given by the priestess Marisha, who knew full well what he was doing, we found the bodies of monsters, the bodies of churchgoers, clear evidence of necromancy in the form of a few zombies and a two-headed dog that spread disease with every bite. And, of course, who could forget the corpse of a fellow elf with his head in a chest under lock and key. As well as these, he pulls out a stack of notes. These notes in a diary, all but damning him.
This is grave news. Well,
Yes, no pun intended.
indeed. Well, the Baron has sent me to sort out the situation with Orlane. I'm here, I'm here to aid you. Sort out this mess with this Morissette and, well, Ben as well if he continues to cause trouble. But it appears that we've no longer stumbled into some investigation, but now the work of heroics must be done to save Orlane from this misery.
Well, the work of something. I don't know if I can be called a hero at all, though. I hope you do not get stained by my reputation in this town anymore.
Lord Roll, I know you to be a man of integrity, doing what is necessary to create the best outcome for all, even if that means, well, that the means justify the ends, or the ends justify the means, I should say. Pardon, my idioms are poor. But I know you to be a man of integrity, an elf of integrity. If you've made decisions in this town, I'm sure they were for good reason. But I'm not here to judge. I am simply here to do as the Baron commands. Bring order back to Orlane.
Good, good. Happy to have you aboard, Marcus. He extends another hand.
He reaches out and shakes it. Indeed. Sure I have to be expecting to travel with this lizard man, or have you been reduced to a company of one?
So far, our company has been reduced to 3. Myself and 2 rather muscle-bound men. They're very, very handy in a fight, and I need them in the front lines.
Not just common thugs, I hope.
Quite remarkable warriors, actually. Seem to be going stronger by the day.
Very good. I suppose you could certainly do worse. Well,
Absolutely.
I
could have what's-his-face.
Oh yes, old what's-his-face. It's been some time since we've seen him.
Was it Carl? What was his name? I don't know. Yes, thank you, Kurt.
Is this some buffoon that was in your group?
A former guardsman. That's another story for another time.
I see.
You look quite ragged. Please, the bed is all yours. I have no need of it.
Oh gods, I would not impose on you. I have already spent my 8 silver with that shabby little man downstairs. I expect I will get my money's worth from the room he's given me instead.
Very well.
But when do you plan to wake the others, so that we might all make introductions and begin our quest to sort out this mess?
In approximately 3.5 hours.
Oh goodness.
You know these. He's gonna say you know these humans, but you know these. Well, they need their sleep.
I see. Well, I will try to get a few hours shut eye myself, and I will meet you in the morn.
To the morning, good sir.
He nods and takes his leave. His first room to second room to the... He's gonna just try the key down the rows until he gets the one that he's supposed to be in.
That would be over here. If you saw the ping.
No,
No.
I did not.
Okay.
Yes, you see this guy going across all back and forth. Might accidentally try the muscle men's room. Oh no, not this one. And back and forth. Aha!
You don't want to ruin their beauty sleep.
And here we are. Opens it, unlocks it, puts down his backpack of supplies, and does not even undress, just throws himself onto the mattress and begins to sleep rather quickly.
Great. You quickly come upon your slumber. Reginald, I guess you're awake. Is there anything particular doing while you wait?
Yes. Reggie would like to perform a ritual. He would like
Okay.
to cast, while spending the gold of some herbs and various other things, find familiar.
Alright.
That's a lot of text. But what he wants is a snake.
Snake.
A poisonous snake.
A poisonous snake. You know, I think I have one of those just laying about.
And
Oh my god!
that short sword will come into play.
Yeah, courtesy of our good old player North.
Oh yeah.
Hey. It's having impact.
After channeling your magic, you're capable of summoning forth a being of great power. A small poisonous snake.
That can't be what it says. That's so funny. Alright, and now for the real reason, he wishes to milk the venom.
Okay, I guess it's a familiar, so you wouldn't need an animal handling check.
Not at all.
Just make it disappear if it starts getting rowdy. He's like, nope, go back.
Alright. Send it to his pocket dimension. Go to your corner.
Yeah, what check would that be? You know, we'll just use animal handling and see how well you're able to... Do you have some vials to place this in or something? You have containers is what I'm asking.
He has ink and an ink pen.
Dump out the ink. There you go.
Right.
Yeah, not
Hey,
like,
he'll dump out
not
the
like.
ink.
Oh man, I was gonna say not like that's expensive, but
He has a sheath. I could just milk it into the sheath, that way it's always blood.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a quick animal handling check. We'll take that in your skills of milking a... I'll give you advantage to see if you're familiar.
16.
Yeah. You spend a lot of your time just extracting the venom from your familiar. And you place that venom into your sheath. So yeah, we'll give you that. Is that what you're doing for tonight?
Yeah.
Great. Splendid. So, while you're off doing that, it's suddenly daytime. The rest of your companions are arousing from their wake. There's a nice smell in the air. Something salty, perhaps. It fills the room, an aroma most pleasing.
and so Marcus would wake up.
It seems somebody's leaving food outside the doors.
At Nago, as you step outside, you see several platters of breakfast-oriented food and an old, shaky lady with a cane just holding a tray as she places it down in front of the last room on the right.
I suppose beer doesn't come with the meal?
It seems to be a simple breakfast, some eggs, some sort of meat, although it's quite unidentifiable.
Nigel has no problem picking up the plate and starting to eat it as he walks towards Reginald's room.
Leo will also make his way out of the room, and he gives kind of a stretch roar. Oh, good evening, Leo. As he kind of bares his teeth in an accidental... He's not threatening her by any means, but people have been known to stake it for him trying to intimidate.
Reginald walks out, finishing off the last of a ration. As he notices the plate, picks it up and hands it back to the old lady.
She smiles at you
but,
with no teeth.
Thank you. Well, Nagel, ready to hunt?
I am. I'm thirsty first, though.
Makes sense. Don't get too drunk.
Um,
But you, Leo,
never
ready
do.
to hunt? Nagel, a moment, please.
it's gone.
Damn. Marcus, we'll meet downstairs and I'll introduce you to everyone.
Very well. Taking the breakfast platter and walking with it.
Is there anybody in that room? Demi?
I'm sorry, which one? Yeah, you want to approach it, or just the plan?
Just was wondering if there's anybody in it, because if there wasn't anyone, then I was probably going to snatch that platter of food.
If you want to go for the snatch, you can go for it. There is, as far as you know, there shouldn't be anyone in there.
I didn't think there was.
No one from your party is in there.
So he just pulls up and pick. Must be. Must be she meant to put this one as a secondary on our room. And just kind of casually walks back.
You snatch an extra plate of food and make your way down.
Now grab my plate and walk downstairs. Grab my gear, of course, as well, as I expect we're not going to be here long.
Yep, the party makes their way back downstairs. Where are you guys at? Oh, there are two of you now.
Think it's trouble? Make it double.
Team Marcus is blasting off again.
Oh, I found that way too funny.
Barkeep, give me 5 dark
4.
pints.
I need
4
top
dark
capacity
pints.
Yes, my good sir. May I have... Well,
You guys place your orders. The bald man with the cane turns to the younger man, not really young, beside him, and oh yes, well, this will be your first day on the job. I'm sure you can take care of these fine guests. He gives him a pat on the shoulder. The man is sort of nervous, but he nods his head and begins to run back to go get your stuff.
Is this curtain disguise?
If you want to make a...
Because you said nervous. I have to make a check.
Yeah, make an insight
Kurt's
check.
the only person in the world who's ever been nervous.
16.
No, this doesn't appear to be Kurt. He appears to have facial hair, whereas Kurt was as smooth as a baby.
Could be a wig.
He runs back.
But, very well. Now, gentlemen, Leo, the shaggy one, Nagel, the bald one, and Marcus, the one with the odd-looking weapon. He was sent by the Baron to aid us in this mission. As I said, the mission is simple. Find and kill Modiset. We are hunting today, gentlemen. We are predators, not prey.
Excuse me, I don't mean to intrude, but, did you say kill?
Never you mind. You heard nothing.
Just, try not to do that in here, okay? That is all I am asking.
It's not like he's here.
Mr. Marigold, we've not killed anyone in here yet, and we shan't start today. I
Unless
think.
my pints. Unless my pints don't show up soon.
You just, one moment,
Leo.
Oh, Henry, what's taking so long?
Marigold, is he here?
Is, who?
Is Mardiset the one responsible for everything going on? Is he here?
No, he would have no reason to stay here. And then, after a moment, the man, now known as Henry, returns, shaking, carrying some plates and some jugs, and places them out on the table.
Fuck.
I thought this guy was Henry. Henry
They're
Marigold.
both Henry.
Oh,
How
Stop.
odd. People...
stop confusing me.
Yeah. You guys are making insight. Okay. Reginald, you have no reason to suspect Henry Marigold is lying to you. And Marcus, you can tell that his man is telling the truth.
Yeah, don't give it a second thought. Just nudge Reggie and just kind of nod.
Good.
Leo's gonna turn to Nagel at this point, noticing that he's occupying a space on top of the bar, and say, Nagel, don't... Bit early to be so feisty.
I just take up too much room. I'd always be small.
Yes, I understand the burden myself, but... perhaps on top of the bar is a bit... much.
Fine. I'll move off the bar. Nice seat over here.
Alright. So the second Henry returns with your drinks. There's some spills that he slams down on the table.
Thank you, second Henry.
No problem. But I need payment, alright? I need to get the money. I should have gotten that first. Isn't that right, boss?
My money's on the bar.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Thank you for your patronage. Come again?
We shall see.
I thought the elf was paying for all this.
I paid, God, how many did I pay for? What's a gold get you? Dark pint. You have enough for the 5 copper? You have enough for 20 drinks?
We'll take them.
No, you'll take 4 each. As I said, tip,
2 more, Henry.
shape.
Oh, okay. Sort of runs back.
Marcus, allow me to give you a description of our prey today. Mardiset is an elf, fair-skinned, red hair. Has the average condescending look upon his face, though nowadays is quite ragged. I imagine he's letting his madness seep through his skin.
I see.
Wild eyes.
Well, if we're going to hunt prey, we should probably know where they like to roost. Any particular places that he might go back to now in town that we would search?
He's got a character sheet.
Outstanding.
There's a number of places. There's the church is where he has roosted, his home on the far side of town. And what I may honestly suspect be was what's her name? Was Eleanor's abode? Was that the mayor's office, or did she have an actual house?
She does have an actual house, so that where the office is where she does most of her business.
I may suspect he be Eleanor's house. He is extremely obsessed with her. He killed her husband many, many months ago.
I see.
So,
What other
yes.
potential areas are we looking at? Didn't you mention the underground, the idol?
Indeed, there is an idol, yes.
Mm.
In the other inn in town, I forget what it was called, the Golden Dragon or something.
The
Sleeping
serpent,
serpent.
slumbering serpent. Inn.
That's it, the Slumbering Serpent Inn, which is closed. Also, something I should mention is Bannon is considered missing. I do not want to say it, though. I believe he may be dead, as he went after Montesette alone. So keep an eye out.
And would you have mentioned the scuffle that the those guards had with Morissette on the idol?
Yep.
Yeah.
Full report. Good and bad.
This idol, I think that this may be a very serious connection, but if you believe he would go to the mayor's homestead, I have no reason to doubt you. It sounds like he is very taken with her for some reason.
Well, we'll see which one is on the way to the other. He pulls up a map, and which one would be closer, and are they on the way to each other? Like, if I was going to the mayor's house, is the inn in between, or is it vice versa?
The mayor's house would come up first from where you currently are, and then the other
that
inn
red building?
for the inn.
Yeah, where we are now.
Oh, God. Let me see. Pull my key real quick. It's constabulary. It's in. So the office is a pink dot. No. Sorry, that's the inn that you currently are in.
This one here?
Pink dot. Can you not see my dots?
No.
Ooh.
Yep, I see that. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're here.
That's right. So the mayor's office is off in this direction. And what was the other question?
Where the Slumbering Serpent is.
Let me check. Sorry about that. I think it's this one right here.
Okay, so Eleanor's house is on the way. Well, Eleanor's house is on the way to the Slumbering Serpent. Why not check her place out first?
Oh, very well. Whenever you and your muscle are ready.
Gentlemen, I do not know if you have finished your allotment of drinks, but we need to go.
Oh, I was just looking at Nagel trying to finish his. He's not going fast. I mean, Leo not finish his. He's not going fast enough.
I was looking at myself.
This nigga always talks to himself in the third person.
I've had so much to drink.
Are you
Damn it, Nagel, I said only 4.
are you certain he's had only 4 drinks?
So Leo kind of looks over his shoulder quick, looks at Nagel, and then he'll pick both of his mugs up, put them together, and just polish those last 2 off. I'm ready to go when you are. Foaming head on that one.
Yes, I am ready as well.
Excellent. Off with us then, to Eleanor's house. Also, I keep forgetting to mention things. Eleanor was to be considered missing,
Yeah. And,
as she did not come by her office last night. You saw the state of it. There would have been... She would have left something there, if not stayed herself.
true, it was rather broken, battered. But yes,
I believe that was Kothar,
shakes his head. Savagery.
as I told you in the story. I don't know if it was. Mrs. Mitchell talking.
It was. I'm pretty sure I just barreled
Okay.
in because I was drunk
Ah, that's right. Yeah, you got tanked.
off one drink.
Tankarded.
I remember.
Thank you.
Uh,
To the mayor's house.
yes, indeed.
Yeah, okay. So you guys travel through town. It's more lively now. There are some people about, although not as much as when you first arrived for the three of you who aren't Marcus.
Yeah, are
Something
they?
else I have to mention is that similar to most NPCs in this entire town, he has a snake wrapped around his neck.
Yeah, you've been, there's a new addition to
The cult of the
Reginald's attire, really. The two of you would notice, Nagel and Leo. There appears to be a slithering snake.
Do we
set
notice?
upon- Oh yeah, you notice. It's very apparent.
I mean, it doesn't pass my passive stealth, if that's even a thing. Oh no, you notice.
Leo to Reggie. New scarf.
Oh, right. The poison is quite useful for incapacitating enemies. Plus, this creature can see, even when I cannot.
Is it of a magical make?
Of course. He snaps his fingers and the snake vanishes.
Most interesting is this beast you've conjured.
Indeed.
I would be a little more wary around Nagel. He may be liable to eat him, to beat it off your neck.
Is he afraid of snakes? Nagel, are you afraid of snakes?
Ah,
I don't believe
they're
so.
yummy.
Well, I have
Why
what
do you
you
a-
could call a pet snake. Don't kill it while it's attached to me, please.
A pet snake? Hmm. Are you trying to fatten it up?
No, it is my familiar. I'm sure you're familiar with mages and such having pets. And this is mine. Please don't kill it. You noticed
Much-
something weird. Reggie said please.
Much more of that in my land, Nagel, where they have soothsayers, shamans, and spiritual men of sorts. If you understand my meaning, should be a little more closely associated with your tribes. You have those, correct?
I am pretty familiar with those, and I've seen a mage or two. However, I find that people are usually friendly with snakes are pretty untrustworthy.
Do they not snakes in your tribe, Nagel?
No, we eat them. But when I come across in my journeys, it's usually the people who worship snakes are the ones that were fighting.
I do realize a certain sense of irony.
There is a
Please
great
don't kill this
sense.
But I trust Reginald, and I know he's not one of those worshippers. Just let me know when you want me to eat it.
Very well. I shall let you know if I desire it gone.
Oh, Nagel. Ah,
Wonder what radiant tastes like. Off with us.
And off with you go. And the four of you agree that you're heading to the mayor's abode? Yeah?
That's where Reggie's going.
Cool. After some travel, you come upon her housing. It's quite, in better condition than a lot of the other houses. They're about easily identifiable as someone of wealth. Belonging to, of course. Yeah, you come upon the door splayed out in front of you. It's a very common looking building, really, though.
Mhm.
There doesn't appear to be anyone outside or nearby, and it seems to be in fine condition.
Okay. Reggie will approach and knock. Thank you.
You knock.
Gentlemen, please be at the ready. Reggie, of course, pulls out his short sword.
Yeah, Marcus takes a few paces back and, unshoulders his rifle.
Strange looking
Yeah,
tube.
this large metallic tube with several different various instruments on it. Just kind of points it at the door as he takes a knee.
You guys all prepare yourselves for something horrible to come out from behind that door. But after a minute of waiting on standby, on edge, there is nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
No sounds from the other side if
If you want to make a
Reggie were to put his
perception
ear
check.
against. Yeah, I'll make a perception check. $22, baby.
You hear the sound of some crickets chirping away on the inside.
It appears no one is truly in here. How large is the house?
It's only slightly larger than your common abode in Orlane. It's not very huge. It's 2 stories.
Are there any open windows?
There's a window on the 2nd floor. It doesn't appear to be open, but if you try to look into it from behind, there's a curtain blocking the view.
I want to move on, but I also have this horrifying image of her in there.
Would you like me to open the door?
Would that entail you battering it down?
It would.
I have
Hold
tools here that I could perhaps open it a bit more slyly, if you would make a bit of way for me.
Reginald steps aside and gives a mock bow. Pleasure, good sir.
Alright, I do have thieves' tools.
Nice.
So how does you guys roll that tool with the proficiency, or how does that work?
I believe it's sleight of hand, isn't it? And it gives you...
It's the tool. The tool
Oh
is
yeah,
based
your
off
tool
dex anyways.
proficiency.
So
with
Tool
dex.
dex.
Or you're proficient at it,
I
yeah?
do. I have proficiency with that. Smith's tools and tinker's tools. Also cook's utensils.
Reggie has the most important proficiency of all.
So there's tool expertise. That's something I get from artificers. So proficiency is doubled for any tool proficiencies from
Damn.
the class. With that being said,
So the thieves' tools let you add your proficiency bonus to any checks that you would
Yep.
make to disarm or unlock.
22.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that does it. After tinkering away at the door, you hear a nice click. If you try the handle, it is open now.
And there you are, gentlemen. Easy as you like.
Nagel, if you wouldn't mind opening this door.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you. And, yeah, I guess Reggie will ready a... what is it? Toll the dead for if anything is hostile beyond.
Okay. You prepare to cast Toll the Dead on any hostiles.
Nagel's not holding any weapon at the moment. And he's just gonna open the door.
Got my gun out.
Okay. You open the door and the scene... Oh, it's a little low resolution, whatever. The scene that displays before you, there are glasses and papers scattered about the room. the entranceway. There's a candle that's been tilted over, knocked over from a cupboard. The room appears to be in disarray, this entrance room. Although you don't see anything. I mean,
One might say signs of struggle.
that's easily to identify, yes. Give me an investigation and you'll tell me.
Sure. Anybody want to help?
I certainly can.
Ooh, yeah, you can't do much.
Ah, good man. Fuck.
Language,
Got a
sir.
+7.
Nice.
Reginald, you're too maybe taken aback to really get much of, other than there seems to have been something gone wrong in this building.
He goes and he rushes over with the candle and picks it up. Whew, it's a fire hazard.
Marcus, on the other hand, with your keen eye, are able to identify the telltale signs of a battle. There are scratches in furniture that seem to be from a sword. There's a trail leading upstairs of combat.
Be ready, gentlemen. There was a contest of arms in this room, and the signs of the struggle, I point to the stairs, appear to lead upwards.
Gentlemen, weapons out.
Whoever is here probably won't still be here, but alright.
And we ascend
Leo
the
readies
stairs.
his weapons in the meantime. Weapon, singular.
We ascend the staircase with
Yeah,
the meat
as
shield in
you,
front.
sorry?
We ascend the staircase with a meat shield in front.
As you ascend the staircase, every step creaks the wood from below you, setting an ominous tone throughout the building. Make your way upstairs. There are a few rooms. Easily in front of you, the door seems to have been bashed in.
Nago, were you here recently?
Not that I remember. There was the other night when we got pretty drunk, but I don't think I came here.
Shh, gentlemen, please. We move towards the door. Reggie will tell Marcus that the mayor had a bodyguard. One Sir... is it Percival?
Yep.
One Sir Percival, a human knight in plate armor and with a great sword. Keep an eye
Yes, the
out.
scratches downstairs were consistent with sword play.
Onward.
So we get to the door, Nagel, test the handle, see if it's unlocked.
The bastion door has no handle for his
Oh,
bastion.
excellent.
Once you're trying
He
another
reaches-
door, there are
he
several
searches
doors on
on
the
his
left
hands
and
and knees for the handle.
Gotta be a handle around here somewhere.
What do we see inside the... What do we see inside the room?
You proceed through the room, and at a quick glance, it appears to be an armory of some sort. There are weapons scattered about. But what really catches your eyes is the limp body of a man, blood spattered around the room where he lays.
No.
His armor not fully equipped, sword by his side.
Sir Percival, I assume?
Yes. Unfortunately, yes.
Marcus would go to investigate, see cause of death, if he can determine it.
Reginald will investigate the room for what signs of what monsters were here, if any.
Alright, the two of you are investigating, so give me some rolls. Marcus, you're checking out the body, and Reginald's checking out the room. So, Marcus, even before you approach the body, there seems to be something carved in Sir Percival's forehead. It's emitting a faint, low, glowing light. Reginald, the room there are weapons scattered. There's blood on a sword. There's blood all over. You're looking for some sort of like indication of other, right? Like a
Yeah,
kind
what
of
else was
beast,
here?
maybe. There's some scratches on the ground that don't appear to be from a weapon. They're much too thin, unless it's like some sort of what would be a thin weapon, like a khopesh or something, you know? But they're on the ground, which is kind of odd.
Maybe claws? Are they
Maybe.
like multi-layered? Like there's 3 or 4 side by side? Or just one?
There only really appears to be one set.
Everyone wait. And pull my hand up.
Hmm.
And I
What
back
have you
step,
noticed?
just motion for everyone to back up a bit from the body.
Reggie does so.
Let's see. See, says there's a glowing symbol?
Yes. It appears to be sort of like carved into his forehead.
Could,
Let's do
sorry, go ahead. I'll let you act first.
Can I do Arcana and see if that seems familiar to me in a mystical sense?
Go for it.
Hey, good man, I was gonna do that.
Seems to be... You know, maybe you've seen something like that somewhere. Some ominous little sign, really.
Sir Reginald, look closely at Sir Percival's forehead. Point out the...
I shall get as close as I dare to inspect this. And yeah, he'll try Arcana himself if you allow it.
Yeah, sure.
Slightly better.
You can identify this as some sort of rune,
Like
right?
a wizard mark?
Something placed that would, it would hold some sort of effect if certain conditions are met.
Does he know what spell it is?
With that, you're not able to identify it, but you definitely know this to be that sort of magic.
It appears it is a mark set to release some sort of magic upon a condition being met. If you give me a good 10 minutes, I can determine what sort of magic, which will somewhat determine the effects.
Not to gauge your success before you make the attempt, but I think it's safer for the rest of us to wait outside here while you attempt this.
Oh, of course. I don't even have to be in the same room to cast the spell. I just have to look at the object afterwards.
I see. Yes, I think it best, just in case, whatever conditions, we don't accidentally meet them.
I understand completely. And he'll exit the room, go to the entryway, and he'll start casting the spell there. He'll cast Detect Magic
Yeah,
as a ritual.
Meantime,
as a ritual.
Mark
So
is full.
for 10 minutes or so, you begin going through your ritual to cast this ritual spell. And
You got 10 minutes, guys.
is anyone else up to anything for 10 minutes? Or?
Just kind of peeking through, looking, or doing some more investigating, see what I can find as far as paperwork or anything in the house that seems interesting.
Yeah, so on a different level, this domicile, correct?
I'm sorry? Well, you're on the second floor.
Yeah, exactly. So are we okay to be out and go ahead and search around for anything?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. You're okay to do what?
We're okay to be on the first floor and searching and rummaging.
Yeah, if you want to be downstairs, that's fine by me.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and make an investigation roll just to try and that maybe got missed or that may look unusual to me or out of place.
Niggles is gonna be looking around, everybody investigating. Like, well, I'll go keep watch, see if anybody's looking.
Oh, good man.
Like some of these other rooms.
Leo, you search through the first floor. Really, this has been like the bulk of the damage. There seems to have been some sort of scuffle here where the primary part took place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you walk upstairs yourself?
Yes, well, we were part of the... I figured Nagel and I were part of that human meat shield.
You can surmise, I guess, from your experience with Battle that, maybe there was a tactical retreat upstairs, because the bulk of the fighting went down here. You're not really able to find anything more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And, ever vigilant, Nagel stands watch, waiting for any trouble to show its face. After 10 minutes has passed, your spell is cast, right? It kicks off and you're able to sense the presence of magic, but in that instant, you hear a very guttural, very fleshy, almost explosion coming from the room in which Sir Percival's body was at.
Oh, I see.
Aim my weapon up there.
Reggie walks upstairs, not really worried.
You don't detect any magic within this building, though.
Okay. And he looks at what is left of Sir Percival.
Right now, there appears to be a blood stain where his body once was. Body parts are flung about. There's damage on the floorboard and near the weapon rack where he was laying once before. Weapons have clanged and scattered across the room.
Yep. Definitely a corpse explosion. We're dealing with a true necromancer here. He looks at, he said Percival's armor wasn't entirely on. Does he still have, like if you were to collect it, would it be considered a suit of armor?
If you look around now, his armor seems to have several dents within it, what he was wearing. In this room, there doesn't appear to be any remaining armor. Although there's a lot of gear just scattered around. Like some
Kinda gear, like
axes, some
adventurer's gear?
swords. This seems to be like a makeshift armory, you know?
Okay. Eleanor had some potions. Are there any, like you said, there's no magic items at all. I guess if there are potions, Reggie could see them, but you said there is none, so... I guess he just drops concentration on the spell, there's no need for it. Well... Goodbye, Sir Percival. You deserve better.
Necromancy in a town like this. Ugh.
It's rampant with it. Not that, as you know, I truly... what's the word? Fuck, I can't remember the word, but... Carry on. My brain just died.
Well, I suppose that the mayor may still be alive. The corpse is not here.
Yes, I believe her to be alive indeed.
We push on to the inn.
Are there any adventurer's gear, like rope, shit like that?
Yeah, I'm guessing you guys are getting a full sweep of the building.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a sec. Let's see what we can find.
I was hoping it would be done during his 10 minutes, but if it wasn't, then yeah, I'll do it now.
Yeah, like Leo and all of them were giving a nice look around. Other than the weaponry in that room, there's lots of random herbs, some candles, there's some rope laying about a barrel, there's a chest, there's some books, you know. It's definitely where someone used to live. There's some nice paintings.
Is the chest, like, for gear, or is it, like, clothing?
If you were to pop open the chest, you would see just, like, personal items. There's some gold just laying about in there. There's some sort of wooden carving of something. It's maybe personal effects, you know?
Mm-hmm. How much gold is there?
There's about, let's see, there's like 5 gold, maybe some silver, 7 silver.
Okay,
It
no,
just
that
seems to be
makes
some
difference.
sort of shopping.
He closes that up. He gathers like a length or two of rope.
Okay.
You never know. And yeah, it's to the tavern.
Okay, you're all departing the Eleanor's
Mhm.
house. Yeah.
Find anything?
Nothing of any true use. I've, of course, taken some length of rope because you never know when you need rope.
Yeah, all my rope is still around Kofar.
Oh, then here, have... He gives you 50 feet of rope, a length of rope.
Ah, thank you for the gift.
Of course. I have hope we'll need it.
Okay. You leave Eleanor's place and you make your way off to the Slumbering Serpent Inn. Not very far of a travel.
Alrighty. So, approaching the doorway, I don't know if you want to give a description first.
One sec, I'm looking for your tokens.
Okay.
Oh god, so many of them. Sure. As you approach, last time you came here, there were some guards doing duty. There doesn't appear to be any lights emanating from the building. Still seems to be unoccupied.
Okay. Near the entryway, are there any signs of a scuffle? Like drag marks? Like someone was digging their heels in?
That would be a negative.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, there are two... the giant Leo. There are two entrances. There's the main door, and there's the cellar door. Personally, I wouldn't mind skipping some, or saving some time by going to the side entrance. Though I'm afraid that if there are enemies in the top level, then they'll come down and greet us, regardless.
Well, then we should probably clear it to be sure.
Perhaps we could split up.
I am reminded of a bard's song I heard once. It goes, "Don't you know you never split the party?" Some other lines, but I do not believe that to be a good idea.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I.
Oh, it's quite catchy. I'll have to have a bard sing it for you at some other time. But for now, we stay as one unit.
It's a very popular song in Baron's court.
Ah, good. The Baron was, in fact, the next adventurer, was he not? He would know the value of keeping a cleric in the back.
Well, Nago, shall we enter?
Sounds like a good plan.
You before me or me before you?
I'll go first, since I like opening doors, apparently.
Ladies
Yes, try not to use your sword.
Is the door handle locked?
It is unlocked.
Oh, they're expecting us.
I'll hit it anyway.
I'll open it and start walking in.
Bell chimes as you enter the tavern. Although you haven't been here before. There are broken tables, there's an arrow protruding from the wall, there's blood on the floor. There appears to have been a battle that had occurred here. Although currently there doesn't appear to be anyone.
Hey, I remember this place.
Did you say an arrow?
Yes.
There was an arrow.
Okay.
It pinned a certain fat man to the wall.
Damn, I didn't know we did that. Alrighty. Well, to the kitchen, gentlemen.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yep, as you sift through the damages, you make your way step by step to the kitchen door.
That is not the kitchen door, Nagel.
Nagel, on the other hand, heads over to the other door, which is unlocked if you were to try it.
Yeah, just making sure no one's coming in from behind us.
Good enough.
So I'll unlock and take a look in.
Yeah, there appears to be a hallway that leads down further into the inn.
I'll stop there.
Okay. And there's a fireplace that has been long put out. Some chairs, a table, some boxes, and a room if you peek your head around the corner.
Door open, closed.
The door is actually open currently. So it's like slightly ajar.
I'll kind of nudge it open, make sure there's no one inside.
It opens outward, so you have to pull it, you know?
Alright. Either way, I'll use the sword to open it, like move it.
Yeah, you put your sword on the opposite end, you sort of pull it towards you, and you take a little quick look inside. You trying to do it stealthily, or what?
You know, there's like a normal peek, not too quiet, but not like, not trying to be sneaky, but not trying to be brash either.
Yeah, man. You peek your head over. In this room, there seems to be an unmade bed. Sheets are pulled towards the floor. A chest that lays open. And a table, a desk, and some carpets.
Looks empty.
Is this door open over here, Demi?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Leo will push through.
And this room has a bad odor. It seems to be rotting food splayed out on the tables. A pouch of gold lays on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Walk over to the pouch of gold while turning back to say, "Oh, smells absolute. Yeah."
It does.
And Leo will pick up that pouch of gold,
Yep.
clasp it to his side.
There was 14 gold minus whatever it was Ronark took. I think it was 4
I think
gold.
it was like 4, yeah.
Yeah, so there's 10
So,
gold
10
left in the
golds?
pouch.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Leo's certainly getting paid for his time.
One of them's getting paid. The other has a fistful of gems.
Nago, looks like drinks are on me tonight, so try not to die. Knock on wood. After
Now,
briefly
gentlemen, only drinks
smelling.
will live.
This is the worst of the smells coming from the basement, I would assume, Demi.
There's definitely an odor. I mean, there's food that's rotting right in front of you. Maggots are eating it, which is pretty foul smelling.
Okay.
But yes, there's a different kind of decrepit odor coming from the basement.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, since Leo and Nagel have never been here, that's sort of what would probably draw his attention more than the rotting food. He's probably aware of what rotting food would
You
smell
guys
like.
have been here.
Yeah, we've been here.
That was
Oh,
one
yeah.
step up. I forgot that you guys came back. I know you weren't here for the first visit.
That's right. I forgot. We did come here. We went all the way through
Found the
there.
idol.
Yeah.
Yep. Gentlemen.
Well,
Doesn't mean no one came. No one's been here before, after us.
Definitely not. They didn't even take the gold that was left behind.
Is the lighting poor in the cellar?
Quite.
Very well. Put on my goggles of night, tap a few buttons.
Leo, as you wield that monstrous axe single-handedly, I would suggest you light a torch for yourself. And Nagel.
the last time I got a torch was from Sir Reginald.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a spare, I don't think I have one in my inventory.
Reginald gives you another torch.
Alright. So, Reginald, would you mind, as he holds out the torch after you just handed it to him?
He pulls out his sword and casts a spell. And flame jumps to the torch.
And Leo, looking at the flame and looking back to Reginald, you surely are a truly magnificent being.
Oh, pish posh. It is appreciated, though.
I thought all elves loved flattery.
That would be dragons. All dragons
Oh.
love flattery.
My mistake.
I wish you weren't. I'd love to be a dragon. Reggie goes around the corner to check the storeroom. There's a storeroom over here. I doubt there's anything in it, but you never know. He looks behind him and sees there's a gun over his shoulder, gives him a nod and opens the door.
That door is still open from last time, and as you remember, there's absolute foul smell, shit, broken stuff everywhere.
Still empty. Good. And the other one leads to outside. Now, the entrance to what lies beneath is through here. Passes the half-orc corpse.
The half orc, I believe he was split.
That would make him the quarter orc. Doesn't sound as catchy.
Did we check what was up here?
Yeah, someone climbed it and realized it led
Yeah, it's just a
nowhere,
ladder.
but got a nice look at the room.
It's a ladder posted up against the wall.
Was okay, alright. Hey. Reggie says, what the hell am I doing? You two, please, in front.
Oh, you're walking so fast.
It appears to be the latter. I'm walking too slow.
It's awfully dark here.
Well, I have a torch now. Shouldn't be so bad. So, Reginald, which way would you like to go first?
Let's head straight to the idol. Hug the leftmost wall. Your left.
Nagel, if you don't know which way is left, just follow or hold on to my tail.
Savage.
Full of funnies today, huh?
Yes, you easily proceed along the familiar path.
Don't get lost, Marcus.
Leo,
Mm-hmm.
as you round the corner, you see a familiar sight. Of course, there's the idol, there's an ethereal snake, but in front of the idol, sitting with his back towards you in gear, is someone that you recognize.
And at first, Reggie's kind of, or not Reggie, but Leo's kind of, back up, Reggie, get off my back. Leo just sees it initially and kind of jumps back around the corner, and then kind of peeks back around the corner to get a better visual. I'd assume these are all lit.
Yes, the candles are remaining lit.
Okay. So I should be able to see it pretty clear.
Yep.
And he's Sir Leo with a finger pursed to his lips. And his face is a bit quizzical looking. And he points around the corner as he's looking at Reggie. And I'll move aside so Reggie can get in there.
Reggie mouths to himself. What the hell? But doesn't actually say anything.
Who's that? What's he doing there?
Is this who Reggie thinks it is?
It's a bit hard to tell from behind, but it's, definitely see pointed ears and the greenish skin.
My word.
The figure before you appears to be on his, sitting down, propped up, mace by his side, like embedded in the ground, facing the idol.
Reginald will cast... He'll move back around the corner. And he'll cast Mage Hand.
Okay. Your hand appears before you.
And he peeks back around and he tries to have it get the mace as this figure looks distracted.
Yeah, make a stealth check. Or sleight of hand, that makes sense.
Okay.
A sleight of mage hand.
How much does the mace weigh?
Definitely not 10 pounds, right?
I was thinking probably about 7-ish.
Sure, very... Hold up. I'm sorry, just, Can you even do that? Because I know that the thief, right? For rogues can.
Ledger
There's
domain.
a special... There's Mage Hand Ledgerman, but as long as use your action, control the hand, manipulate an object, yeah, I can do that.
I think the difference between this and the Ledger domain mage hand is that that one's almost invisible, whereas this one's clearly visible.
Yeah.
It's spectral floating, so it'd be a situation where,
And the Ledgerman is just so much better.
yeah.
Right, I'll give
This
it
one
you.
had to be a
I
perception.
remember
I think you
reading
could
it.
probably roll perception with Ronark.
Yeah, we'll fight this one. Where's your sheet? Ronark.
Ronark rolls
He's-
intimidate.
It's got the voice.
I'm gonna yell at you.
Nope.
You're able to very swiftly with your magic hand lift up the mace from where it was.
It's a sad day when a cleric doesn't take perception. But he brings it back over to himself.
Yep.
Well,
You can now add Ronark's mace to your inventory.
he will put it on his person for now. He'll put it in like his backpack or something. And he motions to the two, just pointing two fingers at them. And motions into the small cavern.
And Leo will give a nod in understanding.
Yep, Leo just kind of starts, Neo starts walking in.
Reggie
Um,
follows close behind.
Before I go in, or Leo goes in, he's gonna hand that the torch back off so that he can swing with two hands. Nago, did you say you were going in first? Never mind.
Yeah, so Nagel and Leo charge in. Your old pal Ronark quickly gets up, reaches for his mace, and turns around to swing it, but he realizes that his mace is no longer there. Now he faces you.
Ronak. He does a backflip. What is the meaning of this?
Reginald, what are you doing here?
The question to be asked, cleric, is what are you doing here? In obvious worship to this idol.
I am a cleric of Helm. I am not worshipping this idol. Where he looks now and he sees that you have his mace. Or did you leave it behind? Do you carry it?
It's in his backpack.
Right, okay.
Reggie would like to roll insight on that.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, 14.
Yeah, you can tell there's something a bit off about your old friend.
Alright, well, he he notices what he noticed, and he was saying something.
What? Where is Kothar? Where is my weapon?
Kothar has betrayed us. He is with the Temple of America now, with the traitor Marisha. I came here seeking one prey. It appears I have found another. What are you doing here, Roanoke?
I was investigating this idol. But you did not answer my last question. Where is my weapon? He gets up to his full half-orc height, which isn't nearly as impressive compared to the Goliath and Linefolk.
Right? Your weapon is safe for the time being.
The ethereal snake begins to sort of wrap around Ronark's legs.
Looks like the snake has him.
Whatever you do, do not physically strike him.
Then how else shall we strike him?
If we must, we will... You two will attempt to grapple him and bring him outside.
You look to fight me, Reginald. You think you can best me?
Me? Maybe. Us? Absolutely.
I fought many of orc. There's nothing special about you.
This one's only half an orc.
Only half as strong then.
Come with us, Roanoke. Come outside.
I will do no such thing. Kothar is not with you. You take my weapon and you threaten me?
You're the one kneeling down in front of snakes, friend.
Kneeling, I was simply resting.
I do not believe that.
Do you want me to grab him?
I think that would be unwise, given the creature at his feet. It is. I almost want to roll an Arcana and see if I can recognize if this is. It's a. That'd be probably nature. No, it'd be Arcana. Huh. I guess I'm trying to figure out what the ethereal snake could be doing. I don't really know how I would roll for it.
I too think it would be unwise, Nagel.
Arcana?
Yeah, that would be the thing, if we're allowed to.
So, you would have to have known about it. It's used to recall lore and magic stuff, you know? So you think you would know anything about this? Or?
Maybe not particularly about the
Because
snake.
that's kind of what the check is for.
Maybe not just like the snake itself, but I don't know. It's a tough one because it's like I see this snake coiling and stuff. I know that has some sort of significance for what he's doing, but I don't know that I would know any of that. No.
Would you be okay if Reggie rolled Arcana?
I think you've already done that, though. Remember?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Well, this is a new thing. Like, sure, the snake isn't new, but what it's doing absolutely is.
That
Like, maybe could you to roll to determine, because magic can be is, of course, very specific. Like, if a creature is touched, if a creature is struck, like, what sort of defensive being this is.
I think wouldn't that be more of an insight thing? Because you've already identified all you know about the creature.
Yeah, that
right?
makes sense.
Okay. Insight. Hey, 16.
From its stance, in a way, it's sort of like... It's reminiscent of how an animal would protect its child. From that, you know? It seems to be very defensive in nature.
Does it seem any like any less ethereal? Like, is it more material? Or
No,
still
absolutely
ethereal?
not. Its consistency has remained the same. It doesn't actually physically appear to be touching Ronar. If you, at a closer look, you can see sometimes as it wraps around, it sort of goes through his greave on his foot, you know? Maybe accidentally, but... And Marcus, you don't have any insight as to this, really, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking half fork in a sink. What
Yeah,
the
pretty
fuck?
much. Yes, I certainly suggest we do not touch this one. Perhaps we should... He is unarmed. If we do not pursue harm against him, perhaps we'll just leave him in his stupor.
Unlike the reptile, I would have counted this one as friend, had he not left. Koth, Ronark, what happened to you?
What happened here?
What happened to you? You left one morning after you were ill and never returned.
I had a feeling that I should return here, that it would help restore Orlane.
Ronark, sorry. It is lying to you. Whatever it has told you. It's not
It?
true.
What do you mean, it?
The goddess. Or the deity that is at play here.
You question Helm? Helm guides my mace true.
The mace Helm supposedly guides you is with me. This
And
is not
I
Helm.
demand you return it.
This is not Helm. What do you see?
I see an old friend who now stands as my enemy.
He points past him to the idol. What do you see, Cleric of Helm?
That is a statue, which I am attempting to look into before I was so rudely interrupted.
Ronark, I have heard this once before by Modset. And as it turns out, he is the cause for what is happening here. The death, the destruction, the zombies, all from him.
I thought you said it was the church.
Marisha is a willing accomplice. The others know nothing.
The other three of you guys just chilling during this conversation or what?
I'm lining up a shot on the half-orc.
Nagel's not making a move because everybody's saying something wise.
Leo will just kind of move in order to help, I guess not necessarily surround him, but give us a better advantage on Ronarg should things go south.
Open your eyes, Ronark. You do not see whatever spirit this is writhing about you, claiming you as its own.
That is impossible. I belong to Helm, and only Helm.
Whatever this is tricking you. Fight it, Ronark. And he takes a step forward.
You, unless you hand me my weapon, come no closer.
Perhaps we should go outside and you can get your weapon that way.
I give you my word, Ronark, that if you exit this place and meet us, follow us outside, you will get your mace.
I'm so close. I know it.
Ronar, perhaps in an effort to better help investigate, sometimes it is actually better to step away from that which you are looking at, to truly understand. Perhaps if we go upstairs and leave this cavern or these tunnels, things will become more clear to you. Breathing air.
Alright, I'll let the group roll a persuasion check with advantage, you guys.
Alright, yeah.
So who's gonna be the big boy who's making a roll?
I got a +1.
That's what I have.
-1.
I have a -1.
Looks like probably Reggie.
Anybody gonna? Can we assist?
That's what the advantage is.
for.
Oh, right.
Alright, gentlemen. 10.
Alright, let me,
Unlikely.
No, no. All the fresh air I have is here. Kothar is not with you. You must have... He grasps his head. In pain, look of pain that comes across his face.
Helm would not do
Reginald.
this.
You must have killed him.
Oh, you could see for yourself if you leave here.
Leo will shout at him. Ronak, you must see reason. I beseech you. Look around you. We are all people that you know. Kothar is alive and well. You must...
Where is he?
You must leave this place. It's poison to your brain. Kothar resides now at the temple.
The temple, you say, is playing a part in the destruction of Orlane? You say Kothar would do that?
I think you read too far into the words of Reggie. While it may have played a part, it wasn't an unintentional part. However, Marisha had aided, also unintentionally, I believe. But you must understand, this place is poison.
No. No more of your lies. I see you now for the fiends you truly are. Leave me be, or face the wrath of Helm.
Helm has obviously fled you, my friend.
Grown impatient.
This sounds like you guys are roaring for a battle.
Sounds like it.
Alright,
If I
let's
recall
roll
correct-
up them initiatives. What's
If
up?
if I recall correctly, Thing previously only attacked when we had attacked, correct?
That is correct. From what you remember, I believe you were there for that.
Yep.
When Ronark made an attack on the statue, it leapt at him, went through him, something came over him, and then it went back to the statue.
Yeah. None of you strike him. Grab him by the arms and drag him out of here, but do not strike him.
What would it take to knock him out?
Strike him.
Yeah, striking him.
No, you can choke him out.
It's a prolonged strike on his
Dude.
neck.
Do not attempt such a thing. Drag him out of this place.
Continue to hit him on the neck as many times as you can.
Again, strike him again. Oh snap, all of our initiatives work.
Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Poor Ronark. I'd say you never dump decks, but I got a character with 4 decks, so you can't really talk.
Alright, Leo, you are up.
Okay, Leo is going to attempt to grapple him. By moving there, and that's just an unarmed attack, correct?
No,
Now
it's
that
a
would be
strength
your
contest.
athletics.
Oh yeah, athletics, that's right, I'm sorry. Boy, that's pretty pathetic.
Big boy Ronark, where you at? Where's your sheet? God,
Big boy Ronark! BBI?
Jesus
you
Christ,
attempt to
bananas.
grapple him, but even though he is shorter than you, he is easily able to shove you off.
Was not expecting such strength from the green one.
Need some music. Come on.
There's music.
Some battle music. I keep using that one. Whatever. Yeah, so you're unable to grapple him.
This is where it gets laughable, guys.
Is that it for you?
You know what? I'm gonna use an action surge and try to grapple him again.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
it's a bold strategy, Kyle.
Nice!
Fucking take that shit.
Yeah, in that moment where he shoves your hands off of him, you're filled with a rage as you redouble your efforts and you grab a hold of him. Lay your hands off me, monster.
Get him out of here!
Okay, so what would it take to try to drag him out? Strength test?
It's
no.
half your movement.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get to
okay.
move him half your movement, and Richie will let you pass.
Okay, so what is my movement? 30, yeah?
Gonna have you spend 5 to get on him,
Yeah, probably.
so you're at 25.
Yeah. Okay. Probably right about there. For half.
Yeah, that general area.
Get out of the way, Reggie.
Reginald, it's your turn. The snake appears to be following Ronark as he is dragged against his will.
Reggie will keep pushing him out. He'll assist. He'll assist Nagel, as I assume he'll try and get him as well to keep dragging him out. Or he'll assist Leo in keeping the check.
Okay.
I guess by just continuing to push on Ronark.
Yeah. So you'll give him advantage on his next check, right? I think that's how
Yeah.
it's gonna work. Yeah. Okay. Marcus.
Yes, I'm holding my action to, if Ronark breaks free or if I see any kind of, combative action that's gonna harm somebody else. Basically, if he's gonna try to swing to do damage on somebody who's pushing him out, I'm going to shoot him because I don't know this person. So I'm
Okay.
giving Jarl's authority and everything to get this taken care of, and this guy's in the way. So that's all I'm looking at it as. So I'm backing up, making way, but I'm keeping my weapon trained on him.
Yeah. Nagel, you're up. You see Leo's got Ronark in a nice hold, pulling him back. Reginald is like, he's sort of
Pushing
on, yeah, like a child pushing against an adult, just sort of like tackling into him. It's helping out, but not by much.
And ghost snake heading their way, huh?
The ghost snake is sort of just following alongside Ronark.
Oh, okay.
I'll hold my action in case I get attacked by anything, like specifically Ronark breaking free. Then I go give him a grapple.
He's getting chain grappled.
Yeah, so you're holding it so if he breaks free, you grapple him again.
Yeah.
Right, it's his turn, he's gonna attempt to break free.
Oh,
Okay, Leo, you have advantage on this because Reginald's helping you keep him at bay. Using his mighty half-orc strength, he catches you off guard again, manages to break free. In this moment, Nagel, you can make your attempt to grapple.
Alright,
it has
athletic,
a separate check.
Where's my athletic status? Holy shit.
God, no.
It's sort of like a bout of fury. Ronark sort of like flails about, manages to get all your hands off of him, and he's free for a moment. And then he's going to use his movement to fucking run back. You all can, if you wish, take attacks of opportunity.
Alright, would
Reginald.
that be able to count as like a trip?
No,
Like, so it's not really a striking him? Alright, being told not to strike him, Niggles is gonna watch him go by.
Ghost is currently AFK.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ronark managed to break free from all of them, opening up an attack of opportunity. What was it that you want to shoot him?
It looks like he's trying to attack somebody ultimately, what he's doing, or?
Well, he sort of like, he shoved fucking Leo off of him, flung Reginald back, and then Nagel went to go grab him, and they sort of shoved him back too, so he's just in a rage, just tearing through your
Yeah,
companions
that's
without
enough. That's enough of that. We'll see if striking from afar counts as striking, because I'm shooting him. Okay.
That
Misses.
What is your AC, Ronark? I don't even remember. Ooh, it does miss. From your thunder cannon, you pop off a shot, but you're kind of struggling to get a clear aim due to Leo's size and Nagel. Arms are going everywhere. It sort of hits the wall. It whizzes by everyone's ears, letting out a huge, loud sound that reverberates throughout the cavern.
What in the devil?
Ah, my ears.
Damn it! This is a waste.
What was that?
This is a waste of our efforts, Reginald. This man will not take us to where we need to go.
He's a good man and under something's influence.
Like I said, Ronark flees back as you guys all get attacks of opportunity if you want. None of you, I don't think any of you took it.
Reggie doesn't.
Negative, because I was told not to hit him.
Is it possible to use the attack of opportunity to?
No.
It's an attack, you know.
That's what I thought. Just clarifying.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Should hit him over the head with my axe.
What if we destroyed a living statue?
The same thing happening to him will happen to you.
Oh god, I went through all this crap. Did he not? Okay, cool. There you go. That's the thing he can do. As he finally approaches the statue, his shield begins to glow, right? A nice radiant aura. And then he is surrounded by a light. And that's all you can tell. He's now nice and shiny Ronark. Leo, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna run up and attempt to tackle him down and grapple him once more. So...
Yeah, one sec. guess not. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, sure. That's the wrong one.
But
It doesn't matter.
even worse.
Yeah, after breaking free, finally, you managed to grapple him again.
Don't even have to move, just stay there.
Yeah, this time I can't really move as much anyway, so...
That's
Use your
right.
15 to get there, and you grapple
Yep,
him.
so I can move...
So you have
I
like
can
5.
only move like 1 square
Yeah.
back this way.
You're gonna pull him back.
Yep.
This grows tiresome.
Indeed.
Reggie?
Seeing as he's right near me and there's no real detriment, he's gonna try and grapple him as well.
Okay.
13.
Well, he's already grappled. I don't know how double grappling works, but we'll give it a whirl. We'll say he can't fight his way out of this grapple, but he can sort of worm his way out with acrobatics.
Sure.
But he is unable to, so now he's double grappled.
Reggie will pull him.
Yeah, we'll say... It's not going to be half your movement speed, because now you're pulling Ronark and Leo?
I just break the grapple. So I
Oh.
break Leo's grapple to use mine to bring him out.
Okay, yeah. I actually don't know how that one works, but I'm just...
Force movement breaks grapple.
Yeah, Leo, your grip on Ronark is broken as he is dragged 15 feet that way due to Reginald's surprising strength.
Right? Somebody get on the other side of him.
Such a powerful elf.
Right?
Marcus, you see Reginald just fucking pulling Ronark along. Unless,
Stop.
Reggie, you have anything else?
Stop shooting him, damn it. As he continues to try and pull him back.
Okay. On my end, I'll sacrifice my move to reload, and I'll hold my action again. But same thing applies. If it looks like he's going to some aggressive action, I'm just gonna blast him.
Okay.
Had to
Nagel, you're
be
up
given.
again.
Alright, well, Nagel being pushed around goes into a nice little rage. And then, seeing what Reggie did, he's gonna think that's a great idea and do the same. Like
Chain grapple.
plowing through everybody, you know, as he does it.
What the fuck?
It gets him out, it gets him out.
Oh, boy.
You guys really
Oh,
like,
Assists.
No, you got me. 'Cause I don't think I added anything onto it or nothing.
Nah.
You're unable to grapple him?
Maybe I'm just trying to grab him and Reggie at the same time. It's not working
Yeah.
out too well.
But it doesn't break his...
Making Demi work for his scene so far. Can men be double grappled?
This scene is probably only supposed to take a minute.
Jesus.
We're grappling. We're double grappling. Triple grapple.
Great, Ronark is
I don't want to kill
gonna
him.
fight his way out once more. I mean, he can punch you, but you got his damn mace.
He can punch me, yeah. He can do anything except move.
He's gonna try to break free again. 20.
I can't beat that.
At all?
Nope.
Well, he manages to break free once.
God.
He does
God.
have 0 movement, I believe.
Wouldn't it be half his movement? I think it's half. Breaking free from a grapple.
So he started his turn grappled, which means he has 0 movement.
He's like prone. No, that's his
Look-
action to break free.
Don't look at me.
God. Fuck the grapple roll, am I right? As an acolyte. Yeah, okay. Well, he's already doing something. Apparently he can't move, so that's his turn. Leo.
Okay.
Shit, dude.
Alright. Leo's quite frustrated and quite frankly, he's a little pissed off right now. And so he brandishes his great axe and I would like to swing the hilt of it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, first, you're attacking Ronark, or...
Yeah,
Reggie,
Ronark.
straight at Reggie.
Make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Show us how wise. That's pretty wise.
That's pretty
That
good.
passes.
Thank God.
He's not dumb.
You gotta move a bit closer to hit him, though.
I have to do no such thing.
You got reach. Okay.
So you're okay with me swinging at him to try and
You
knock
can
him out?
swing.
Should I do unarmed?
No, you
Would
said
that be
using
more-
your-
Yeah. Well, if I swing my great axe, it's gonna be it's
If
the
you want
same.
Lethal, it's lethal.
Yeah,
it's
but I don't want
non-lethal.
lethal.
Yeah, just say non-lethal.
Okay. All right.
It's a 5e thing. God damn.
That hits. Roll damage.
Oh, damage. All right.
Nice.
Right,
That's
so your great axe comes and connects with Ronark from behind. He stumbles forward. And then... from his grapple. Now, the snake reacts to this. And it lurches forward you. Real quick, make a dex save. The ethereal snake leaps forth from Ronark after taking a hit and jumps
Gosh,
at you.
damn.
One sec.
With the rolls of a Greek god.
Could get counter-rolled by the snake god.
Even disadvantage is a 17.
Yeah, it sort of overshoots its shot and jumps over, and then it turns around and come at you again, but that's all it's got for now.
And it hits Nagel square in the face.
Like a face hugger.
Oh, Ronark suffers a hit, the snake matrix lurch, and then, you got anything else?
I mean, he didn't fall down, so... And I'm assuming that after hitting him and seeing the snake dodge, or dive at me, or whatever it did exactly, I'm assuming... No, I'm just gonna... That's it.
Okay. Reggie?
He doesn't want to kill his friend. He's gonna keep trying and failing, mind you, to get him out of there.
Oh, we'll also have to make a... yeah, one sec.
Ah, that's right, con save.
Okay. What are you doing?
He's trying to grapple him again to keep dragging him out.
My bad.
No worries. Damn it, Ronark, get out of here! Ah!
Off me! And he seems to be shoving you guys around, really. He's not
Get
taking any of this.
away from the snake!
He's getting gangbanged, but...
Right?
Marcus?
Oh, I'm gonna hate to do this. But again, this individual is getting terribly in the way of an active investigation, and his life is not
persisting.
my responsibility.
Look who's Reggie point over here. Oh! Hit that attack button again.
Again?
Or the damage button again.
That's a 2d6? I thought you only get an extra d6.
You crit him.
I thought you only get an extra d6 on a crit. You get 2d6 on?
You get a
Nope,
hit
you
die.
roll
You don't
all
get both
damage
hit
dice
die.
again.
Oh!
It's a 3d6.
So 17.
Two more.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, you roll every damage dice. That's what that was rolled again.
Oh.
Yeah, so rogues, whenever they crit, deal ungodly
He's not a
damage
rogue though.
because of the
He's an
backstab.
artificer.
No, just in general. Like if a paladin hits and he smites, suddenly you're dealing 20
Okay.
damage. There you go.
So we're taking just...
So 2 extra 4 damage because the 2 from the first d6 and you rolled snake eyes on the 2d6. So 19.
Jesus.
Right. So yeah, you hit him for 19 damage. Apparently this is non-lethal?
Yeah,
This is lethal.
like I said, Marcus doesn't care. This guy's... He doesn't know who this is. The Baron gave him the responsibility of sorting this town out. This guy is getting in the way. He lines up his shot as all this violence is going on against individuals trying to strike down his friends. He doesn't really... Reggie's a friend and an equal, but not a superior. He takes a shot. Lethal shot.
So you line up the shot, you aim the sights on Ronark's head, and you... Another loud, thunderous roar crackles through the cave. Ronark is shoved back against the wall, and there's a huge gaping hole between his eyes.
Damn.
His body slumps to the ground, and real quick make a dex save.
Here comes the retribution.
Right.
That's not very good.
Okay, so as Ronark's body begins to slump, the snake quickly wraps through Nagel and all of you, it makes its way through you. And it attempts to lunge at you, but as it comes to this clearing, right around here, it dissipates. So you see it open its mouth, its jaws wide open, fangs getting ready to lurch at you. Maybe you step back in shock or horror
Oh, yeah,
or whatever. But
Good heavens! And backstepping, pressed against the wall.
it attempts to, it jumps at you, but then its body begins to dissipate as it goes further and further at you. You know what I mean? Like every
Yeah,
piece
like,
of
it
its body
vanishes in the mist.
exists. Yeah. And then Ronark's armor clangs to the ground. Blood gushes from his wound.
Reggie looks down at the corpse, unless we're still in initiative. Okay.
No, you are not.
Reggie looks down at the corpse. He takes a knee. And he closes Ronark's eyes. Leo, Nagel. Ronark doesn't deserve to stay down here. Would you two mind bringing him up top? Put him on a table or something.
It'd be my pleasure.
Thank you. He goes over to Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus is reloading his weapon and then shouldering it, looking grim, but...
You should not have struck.
He was a danger to us all. And he's holding us up here. This is not the man we seek. Orlane's still in danger.
Is the snake still here? The ethereal snake?
Not currently. Seems to have dissipated.
Reggie will inspect the statue, looking for any ritual marks if anyone's been doing anything here.
It's very similar in condition to when you last inspected it.
Okay. When Leo returns, there's another area to the southwest of here.
Am I okay just to go ahead?
Yeah, you
take-
could
take it
carry Runark out.
Alright.
You place him somewhere for later, you know?
Okay.
To the south, gentlemen. We're going this way. Reggie will try and be stealthy here.
Okay.
I should keep my distance then.
God. The mace in his pack clatters against the walls. He tries to go back to back to back along the cave walls.
Yeah, maybe there's something distracting you as you think of Ronark's death. You don't notice how loud you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pass by the corpses of the monsters you have previously slain. And luckily for you, there doesn't appear to be anything in this clearing. Nothing that wasn't there from before.
Okay. No one new in the shackles.
No, the shackles are...
Did we seriously miss this area?
Yeah, you know what? Out of character real quick, you guys have passed that shit like 10 times.
I thought I said we explored the entire cavern.
Yeah, and wait, can you guys see that? Or
It's
is it still
blocked.
black?
It's still black.
It's blocked. It's blocked.
Oh,
Which part?
fuck.
You told us. You told us. He did ask a couple of times, and you said you have the entire cave.
Joking?
Nagel, Leo, quickly! This area here.
That's awesome.
Approach it.
Oh, I'm still upstairs
Kick your
carrying your boy
lion ass down
Ronark
here.
out.
Charge!
Lion ass down here.
It's dark in here.
It's magical
amazing.
darkness.
I can't see a thing.
A fucking treasure chest, really?
That's all I
Yeah.
see.
Can you? Hey,
Whatever. We're here now.
Demi, can you drag me back out on the steps here or something?
Did you delete yourself?
Oh,
No, Demi
shit.
did.
I didn't
Oh.
believe your shit.
That's amazing.
Really?
No, our tokens aren't attached to our sheets, really.
Well, when I dragged myself out, I was this monstrosity.
Right. Get your Lionel ass down here.
God. Is there
Leo.
anything else that's black on this map?
Leo's,
Yeah, out here.
Solid.
I assume there's nothing there. Over here it is.
there's a spot right here. I'm assuming this is a hidden passage right here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I didn't think there was anything else except apparently the treasure room.
That's amazing.
God. Okay.
I was certain we searched the area. I didn't notice it because the way the wall forms here just looks like it's part of the wall.
Oh shit. Did you guys roll on... When you searched, you rolled investigate, right?
I don't remember that.
Whatever. We'll say you've been here enough. You passed by this wall. It seems oddly different from the remaining walls of the cave. Hollow, in fact. And you managed to burst...
That's amazing. We searched the room.
Yeah, go for it. There are two chests that appear to be hidden in an alcove.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Are they locked?
I don't know. Are you approaching them? Are you opening them?
Yeah, we'll approach them. Or Reggie will try them with his mage hand.
Yeah. You use your mage hand. They appear to be unlocked. Easily able to open. You open them.
Alrighty. What's inside of them?
Yeah, give me a D20. Oh, I'm sorry, D100. Whoever's searching them.
54.
Alright. Inside the container, one of them appears to be holding... It contains a couple of bags, some pouches, really. And the other one, give me another D100.
99. Damn.
Oh, okay. The other
What
one
if this
is
is like
look
critical
into...
information to the game that we apparently missed all that time ago?
Yeah.
A signed
Wow,
confession by
what
Monoset.
Yeah. No, inside there appears to be an amulet of glowing green stone centered on it. Not glowing, but it's very shiny in the not light that's shining here.
Reggie will mage hand it, and I'll test this amulet later. He makes sure everyone sees that he has it, and then puts it in his bag, like a different
Okay.
compartment.
There are
And the
two
other
pouches in the other one.
Alrighty, he'll inspect them with the mage hand. Careful not to touch them.
You're not touching it, or what do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
like he'll open it with a mage hand, see what's in there.
Okay, yeah. You pull it open, and there doesn't appear to be anything in the pouch.
There's nothing in it. He looks inside. Him with his own eyes and his own hand.
Yeah, you poke your eye in it, it just appears to be an empty pouch for now.
Huh. And the other one?
Similar in make and style to the other one. They're similar bags.
He'll put them both in another compartment.
Reginald, let me see one of those bags quickly. I have an inkling.
Oh, sure. He removes one and passes
Okay.
it.
So, let's see what heavy objects I have. So, I have a side quiver of bolts for a crossbow that I rarely use. And I'm going to drop the quiver in there to see if it changes the size of the bag.
Sure, you begin to sort of,
Is this a bag of holding?
you open up the bag, right? You untie that little knot, tying it together. It's a small pouch, and you begin shoving your quiver in it, and it keeps going and going and going. It seems endless.
That is a most impressive bag.
Yes, it is.
Can you retrieve the item from it?
I am lithe to try about magical items. Tinkering is more my speed. Perhaps your mage hand could try it. Very, very
Ah, indeed.
safe about putting his hand in holding bags. There have been many mishaps.
Reggie will see if he can get the item back from the bag.
Leo, can you fit in it?
I'm sure that I could. Perhaps you could as well, but I would not suggest we go together.
Well, you first then.
Gentlemen, please.
I've not had enough beer or ale.
Reggie gets distracted for a moment and then tries to retrieve the crossbow bolts from the bag with the mage hand.
The quiver, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the quiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can spend your time, and eventually the hand returns carrying a quiver.
Okay, so awesome. Do you still wish me to hold on to these so I can truly test them, identify them later?
The bags are fairly heavy for what they look like, you know? They're-
How much does the one in Reggie's pack weigh?
The one that you have, it's much lighter than the one that you handed over. The one that you currently working with, where you pulled the quiver out, is maybe around 15 pounds or so.
Whew.
And Reggie's?
Reggie's was actually quite light. It's hard to get a rough estimate. It's so light, it's painful, really.
Almost like a normal bag.
Oof.
He tries the same shenanigans with this one. Is it a normal bag?
You're attempting to stuff the quiver into that bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you open up the pouch, you put the quiver in there, and it sort of fills up the bag. The quiver's sticking out of it still.
Yep, had a feeling. Well, gentlemen, it appears we have found a bag of holding.
Hmm.
They are identical bags.
Reggie will still keep the one that he has in his backpack.
Okay.
As for the amulet, he'll have to identify it later.
Are we done here?
I believe so.
Wasn't much in those chests.
Well, we have
We'll
two
say they were
magical
small
items.
containers.
Yeah, we have two magical items. Or I assume we have two magical items. For now, let us retreat to, I can only imagine, Monaset's home now. And so,
Yeah, you guys head back upstairs. There's still Ronark's corpse if you wish to
yeah.
do something about that.
Friend, you deserve a proper burial. Unfortunately, I can do nothing for you at the moment. He goes
Perhaps
into
we
his
could.
bag.
Perhaps we could build a small pyre down here in which to burn his body.
We don't have the time. Eleanor's life is a risk, and I thought she would be down here, though apparently not.
Agreed. There'll be time to mourn and bury the dead later, I think. Now the task at hand.
Indeed.
Good. Let's get out of this cave.
And so we do.
Yep, you exit the cave. It's been how long? Let's see, a little combat. You search the cave, found some shit.
Combat was about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and by that, you get grappling a guy, and then you got blasted in the head. It's been like maybe like 40 or so minutes down here, 50, about an hour. Let's go for that.
Damn, a whole hour?
Let's go 40 minutes. Happy? 40 minutes
Even
downstairs.
40 minutes. Sorry, let's continue.
Yeah. All right. You're not dealing with the corpse directly, and I believe you said you wanted to head to Monaset's place, or is everyone down with that?
This place.
Anyone have any idea?
I'll have set Ronark's body on that table.
Alright, Reggie
Okay.
places the mace on his chest and puts his hands over it. That's all he's doing for now.
Take my night goggles off.
No longer necessary as you enter the tavern and begin your departure. Alright, so you're at the Slumline Serpent Inn, and you're making way to Monaset's place, which you've already been to, so you know how to get there.
Yep.
Once again, there are town people, no guards about.
He'll ask, just as he's walking, has anyone seen Bannon?
You're asking random people you walk by?
Yeah, just as he's walking.
Well, if you approach someone, right? You approach the first person who comes about you is.
Sure, but he takes no more than a minute.
It doesn't take much time, but as you approach people, they seem to be fleeing from you.
Ah!
Wait, citizen, We must find Bannon. Where is he? Have you seen him?
I don't want any trouble, young man.
Just answer the question, sir. We must find him. We must
Bannon,
find Mataset.
Oh,
The captain of the guard.
no, I have... Oh. Oh, how convenient. I remember last night the young boy, he looked angry and he went off and... When did I last see him? Let me think here for a moment. And he's thinking to himself.
Reggie'll spout off locations like the area of Mataset's house, or the temple, or a tavern.
No, I'm sure he was muttering something about a weapon. He was very angry and talking to himself. Oh.
Which direction did he go?
No, we headed down to the town square.
Town square. On the
Oh,
map, is that here? By the temple?
Where's the opening at? I think we established it was somewhere along this general area, like it's wider, you know what I mean?
Okay. Was the place where
It's right here. Right here. Eleanor?
Was the place where Eleanor's husband worked there? Around that area?
The Loom?
Yes.
The Loom was a shop in the marketplace, so yeah, it'd be in the general town square area.
He was heading to the town center, town square. And where was Mataset's home?
Mataset's home would be in the residential district, which isn't very far from... Oh, you're at the end. You're no longer... Yeah. Mataset's place is right around here.
Okay. Alright, so I thank the citizen and head off towards the town square.
Yeah, sure. Boom. Welcome back.
Hey, I remember you.
Why, are there people? Can you see anyone?
No, just the gallows.
Yeah. Oh, the gallows are no longer set up.
And the church that is very close. Is the loom on the page?
Let's just go if the maps aren't drawn to scale here.
Sure. I guess we'll go to
If
the...
you were to investigate, you'd be able to find the looms. All the shops that are in this place have signs indicating what they are. There's a blacksmith, an apothecary, a loom, a tailor, many shops. Some of them are active, some stalls are set up, a fruit merchant. People are gathered around, some angry. There's a group of people harassing what seems to be a merchant. There's like 3 younger lads harassing some women. People are just going about their day, really.
First stop is the blacksmith, because he mentioned a weapon, so I'll go and see if Bannon paid him a visit.
Alright, so as you're going throughout the town, there's a sign, right? That has like a nice anvil on it. And you can hear the telltale signs of a man at work. There's a clang and a pounding from inside a building. The doors are open. You can walk in if you'd like.
Yeah, he'll enter.
Yeah, you enter the place, and inside there's a nice little, it is a forge, yeah. It's a forge that's built into the wall of the housing, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a nice little clearing for his workspace.
Yeah.
And there seems to be a very short, a dwarven man pounding on some metal. He's pulling it out of the fire. It's glowing, a red, hot, searing flame. He looks it over.
Your pardon, Master Craftsman. I have to ask you something.
He sets it down in a nice little steaming pile of water, and steam rises from it. And he looks at you. He sort of wipes his face. He's all sweaty. There's smudges all over him now.
Bannon, the captain of the guard, did he come to see you?
No, no, let me get you a different voice. They come to see me.
Yes,
Nah.
last night.
Last night I wasn't here. I was in my... I don't live here. This is my place of business. I haven't seen that Bannon in about 2 weeks. Actually, that's not true. He had that weird display the other day.
How about the mayor or the other elf in this town, Modesette, the wizard? Have you seen any of them?
Eleanor came by 3 days ago. I had some taxes I was overdue. I had a nice talk with her about. Wizard fellow. No, I don't think I exactly cater to those cloth-wearing, and he looks you over, fine gentlemen such as yourself.
Different strokes, I don't really care. But I do appreciate your knowledge. If you see either of them, I'm not quite entirely certain. Modesette is a threat, however. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, the dangerous threat, huh? Well, if you have some steel on your side, that'll help you take care of any threat. I can show you out back where I have my wares.
Actually, have you noticed any missing?
Any missing? What do you...
Yes. Reggie will follow him if he's going somewhere.
Yeah, he goes out back, away from his working area. He has like a stall. There's a lock opening. It's like a little cabinet, right? And he starts counting his supplies. 1, 2, 3 spears, 4. No.
Okay, good.
Why? Should I be expecting somebody to be missing?
I had thought Bannon was without arms, and I don't know if maybe he resorted to something else. I must get going. I apologize for taking your time.
Well, yeah.
Actually,
If you're not going to
one
buy
more
anything...
thing, good sir. Have you noticed any activity over at the loom? Just
The
offhanded.
loom. Recently, no.
Thank you.
Why?
I'm afraid I can't go into details right now. I must be leaving. I thank you, good sir. And he leaves.
I guess people are still... He starts muttering to himself. He's walk out. Anyone else doing anything? You all just following Reggie around.
Not entirely sure what we're looking for here, but he's looking around, just seeing any activities that seem out of the ordinary, or looking for someone in the description that Reginald gave him for Marset.
Yeah, are you like talking to people, or you're just scanning through the crowd?
But a little bit of both. Just sort of depends on who I see. I'm assuming most of the small folk aren't really going to know what precisely is going on, because they're small folk, so...
Small folk.
When we had last left off, Bannon had gone after Modesette, didn't he? And
He was last seen heading in this direction.
Right. So the entire while, Leo is just gonna kind of keep an eye out to see if he can spot Bannon, or if he spots anything, or any, I guess, just any clues as to where Bannon had gone. Just sort of not trailing off too far away from Reggie, but just kind of wandering around, and also just asking around Bannon.
Yeah, so you guys are all just interrogating anyone you can see, looking for information about Bannon. Some people say they saw him, like, skulking off, blade in hand. Other people, you get contradicting things from different people. Some people just try to push their fucking wares on you when you're talking to them.
So Leo kind of round his way back to Reggie. I don't believe this is we're gonna bear any fruit here.
I get that same inkling, though there is one more spot I wish to check. The loom, where he gets kind of a solemn look, where Eleanor's former husband worked. Modestet may have found some sense of irony in setting up shop there himself.
Hmm.
And Reggie starts making his way there.
Right, you make your way over to the loom. There's a nice little, a purple sign out front. It says, what's your name again? Havel's Loom. Very nice name, I believe. The sign is intact. The door is intact. There doesn't seem to be any foul play going on here.
Oh, okay, I thought it was boarded up. My mistake.
The boarded up shops?
Yeah, I thought the loom was boarded up because the husband went missing.
He wasn't the owner of the loom. He just
Ah, okay.
worked there.
Then this whole thing has been a waste of time.
Hey, there's many wares to be had in this shop of shops. I don't know.
Right? Reggie
Looking
could
to
get
buy
his
anything
robes
with your
mended.
massive amount of gold?
Reggie could get his robe mended. But no. To Modestet's home then.
Everyone good with that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
We're
Great.
giving your mouse finger a real... It's making its money here. Clicking through pages.
Sure. You guys make your your way all the way back to Modest's place, where you had previously left him. Of course, when you arrive there, the door is locked and whatnot.
Well... Marcus, if you wouldn't mind. Marcus.
Oh. Sorry, I thought I turned my thing back on.
Nice. The door is locked. If you wouldn't mind, good sir.
Of course, give me just a moment.
Damn! Richie steps back, by the way. A good 30 feet.
Yeah, good job warning you, bro, but yeah, he's able to pick the lock.
I forgot all about that.
You now have access to Modest's very disorganized abode. This is a wrong image.
That's the treehouse where I ate all her food.
That's all. No, that's fuck.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got all the pictures. Yep, you now have access to Modest's place.
Okay.
Or at least the door is unlocked.
Right. If we all enter, I'll close the door behind us. And proceed to search this house from top to bottom to bottom.
You wanna give me that investigation roll?
Sure. Mind you, Reggie doesn't want to spend any more than, say, an hour at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 24.
You had previously been in this house, right?
Yeah, just never had a look. He stayed in, like, the entryway or something.
You said you stood in the... Sorry?
Like, the entryway, and then went into a living room or something.
Right.
I
So you
didn't
give the
get a
look
good
over.
look at it.
Even with that check, it's quite hard to make much sense. Things are placed randomly in this place. Haphazardly, books are open and slammed and shut, and ink bottles everywhere, papers on the floor. But there is a nice little clearing of just an area where there's like no mess or any sort of disruption. You know, it's a nice clean little spot.
Hmm. I guess that clean spot is where he does his, like a search for a hidden compartment or something. Maybe a
Yeah,
thing to the
you look
basement.
for like a floor tile that's creaking open, I suppose.
Sure.
Something along those lines. You're looking for anything to show signs that there's more to it than what it appears to be.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't put that to words.
Yeah, I'm sorry, me neither. From that investigation, you're able to tell that there seems to have been some sort of maybe a barrel or bag that was placed here because the area around it is quite dusty. But something fairly large, maybe like a large backpack size, was here and is no longer. It's clean.
So it was moved quite recently.
Yes.
Are there any drag marks from this backpack? This large bag?
No. So, like, if I could give a size estimate, it's maybe about 3 feet or so, 2 feet, right, in length, and it leans against the wall, and it goes up about 3 or 4 feet
I see.
of just
So it's
absolutely,
fairly large,
yeah,
like a traveler's pack.
yeah. That's about a good estimate.
Okay. From that check, could Reggie find any maps that he has specifically? See if there's like another layer or something.
Another, what do you mean by another layer?
Like another area where Modestet would have gone.
Okay, I get what you mean. My bad.
It's okay.
Yeah. As you look through, he's got God. Anyway, all right. Anyone else is doing anything, by the way? If you let me know, whisper me or something. Um,
Niggles is doing what he does best. Standing there watching.
Standing guard.
Yep.
Right. I'm trying to think about this. Fat Jack. Okay, let's keep this moving forward. You continue to search the room. There's no like map indicating where he's going, right? But if you look and you take account of what are currently in his abode, right? Items are missing. Um, for a man such as himself, there's like no clothes remaining. There's no weapons or no like tomes of spells, you know?
Like he's taking what he's needed and he's gone.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, Modestet is gone. He has, or rather, is attempting to flee. The woods that lead to the Druid house, are they along the same stretch of road? Like we've been going east this whole time. Do they lead down the eastern road?
Let's go back to the map.
Okay. Like out here.
That is not where you're... So the swamp and all that, where you came from, was in this direction. There was a path that led off in the trail.
Okay.
Not the swamp, that was the wrong word. But the path they had traveled, which eventually the road disappeared and went to like forest and whatnot, was that way, yeah.
I don't see a ping, sorry.
Oh, you see that? It's not a ping, but it's my little ruler.
I don't see it. Oh, there we go, okay. Alrighty. Well, as I said, gentlemen, Modestet has fled. I don't know where he is gone.
Hmm.
Well, what else do you know about him? What would be his next move if his plans were discovered? Just escape?
He has his prize. I can only assume he does. I suppose escape would be, yes, the next best option.
Is there any information on Bannon's home? Perhaps if we know where this constable's home is, we could review it.
Sure. Does Reggie know where the constable's home is?
I don't believe that's information you'd be privy to.
I don't believe so either.
Could ask around.
We could, yes. We shouldn't be taking much time.
Well, where else should we go?
Ask your questions to the town people. I need to think.
Well, I don't think the town people are gonna know where we need to go.
I'll inquire about the constabulary's home, but I don't know, Reginald. It sounds as if this trailer's growing rather cold.
Unfortunately.
I'll ask some townspeople about the constabulary, if they know where he lives.
Okay.
From when he was here last, a good, I don't know how long I said it was, like 20 or so years ago, were there any, like, forest or cabins, stuff like that? Little isolated places around here?
Like houses in the woods or something like that? Or are you talking about just
Yeah,
like...
like a woodsman might live out there or something. Maybe an abandoned house. Like from a while back.
You knew of several hunters who may have information on that, at least previously, right? You had ran into them. They had gone into woods, well explored. There's a swamp not too far away from here. There's, what else? There's that tree house that you had previously. You weren't there for that, actually.
I wasn't, but I know of it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you were there for that
I
conversation?
believe someone shared that information.
Oh yeah, I think like Ronark did. back
Yeah.
when he was alive.
So you know of that. You know of a swamp. There's a waterfall. There's hunters who hunt in the area who'll be able to give you more info.
Alrighty. I guess let's look for some hunters.
And, Marcus, you said you're asking people about the town's guard? About, Bannon?
Yeah, I was asking if they know where he lives.
Yeah, a lot of answers you get that, oh, he used to live in the constable area in his offices. He worked from home. He was very dedicated to the job. You get a lot of that. Some guys say he was a humble man. He lived on the outskirts of town. Had a hut, really. A nice little shamble.
That's great.
But for the most part, he did live where he worked.
Happen to know where this little hut would be on the outskirts?
Yeah, what's you talking? Oh yeah, of course. You know, Ben, he's a
Christmas
really
back.
attractive man. I used to watch him walk back and forth. He used to live, cut through town squares, about maybe a mile and a half near the farmhouses. He's had a little hut where he lives to himself. Oh my god.
Well, thank you, young lady. I appreciate your help. And turn to go back to Reginald.
Reggie was asking, seeing if you could find a hunter real quick.
Yeah, Reginald, you remember where the hunters used to do their trade? They had like a tanning.
Yeah, totally. Market Square or something, right somewhere close by to Moss's house.
I mean, it'd be back in the town square.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you approach, there's a man. He's a halfling,
yeah.
actually. He's working on something. He's carving, or he's tanning some fur, maybe a deer. He's working on it. If you want to talk with him, you can strike up a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll strike up a quick conversation. Excuse me, Master Halfling.
Hello.
I am in need of some information. The surrounding areas, the swamp and the like. Do you know of any abandoned settlements out there? Maybe an abandoned cabin or any of the sort? I know this is very strange, but this is information I potentially need.
Well, when we when we attempted to expand Orlane all those years ago, there were it's probably abandoned. We ran into a bit of issues. Some beasts from the woods would destroy our housings and kill our people. It's north of here, really. It was by that river that stemmed from that fall of water. It runs down.
To the north?
Yes.
Does he mean by the north of the map?
Yeah, north of the town map.
Fuck. Thank you, good sir. And, do you know of any such things around the swampland?
Let's
In the south.
The swamp's quite dangerous. There are beasts that lurk in the water. It's not ideal hunting ground either. Not everyone needs crocodile scales or teeth, or really.
I see.
There's been a
Thank you,
fog
good
or
sir.
some sort that's been looming out from there recently, making it even harder to traverse.
You said something recently?
Well, by recently, I mean maybe months ago. Time flies when you're on the job, you know.
How, in what way has it been made more difficult?
Well, vision's obscured. Not everyone can see through such thick fog. So if I were to go up there, maybe gather some supplies, some herbs, and a lot harder to do my job and watch out for myself, you wouldn't agree?
I would. You said these mists, this fog, has occurred in only recent months?
Yeah, sounds about right.
I thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, no problem. You want some leather? I mean, I got some nice clothing. Got some...
Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm all decked out, but I appreciate the offer.
Right.
A good day to you, sir. And he walks away.
Waves you off. Where to?
To the swampland, it seems. Mysterious things happening not a few months ago.
Is that the plan, group, or?
He puts it to the group.
I mean, sounds fine to me.
Should we perhaps check Bannon's abode before we leave?
Certainly. Where is it?
A young lady gave me some directions. She had taken an interest to the young constable. Here, and pointed out wherever it's at on the map. This direction here. Should be up there. Small, humble abode, according to what she told me.
Let's have a look-see.
Small, humble abode,
And so we do.
Yeah, you head south. You head south towards the directions the young lady who fancied Ben and gave you. Eventually you come across, it's near the farmhouses. There's a little shack, a little rundown, very small, very unaccommodating. It fits the description.
Alrighty. Are there signs of recent activity?
You approaching it, I guess?
Yeah,
Or...
approach it.
Yeah, you approach it. If you could try the door's actually unlocked.
Opens the door.
Yeah, you open the door, you get a good look at the room. There's a unmade bed. There's several stands of armor. One of them is missing. There's weapons strewn about the other side of the wall. There's a bunch of weapons that are missing, really.
Is there a dagger lying about?
Embedded in a table by the bedside, a small little frame, is a rusted dagger.
Reg, you'll take the dagger.
Yeah, you take the dagger. It seems very familiar to you. One of you, at least.
Well, he's not here. He came back here, though. He gathered his stuff and he left. Are there any tracks outside the house?
That'd be a survival? Or neat, yeah, survival for tracking.
Yeah.
I guess perception if you're just looking at it.
I don't know, I figure tracking is tracking. Is anybody here at all attuned to tracking? Alright. Mechanics talk. I got a plus
I
one.
mean,
I got a +1 as well for survival.
I've got
Same.
2.
You got a
total.
plus 2? Reggie will aid one of you then.
Who you want to be on? Do it, Leo.
Leo, nice.
Yeah, you can follow his footsteps back into the town square.
Gods be damned.
This whole
Did
time
say
he's
they
been
saw
there.
him. Yeah, he was one of the merchants. You know.
He is very good at this.
Is there any way we could follow his... Oh, fuck it. Original cast Meteor Storm on the entire city.
So I guess swamplands then.
I guess so. We head off to the area, like to the turnoff, and look for his tracks there. Bannon would be undoubtedly better at tracking than us, so wherever he goes, we will try and follow.
So you're trying to follow his steps through the town square?
Yeah?
There are many footsteps and trails and paths to follow.
I
Even
believe
with a
that
16,
100%.
that'd be super hard. So that's a hard pass on that. Once you actually approach a trail, right, and you see a square, it's pretty much lost.
What about gathering his scent?
Can you track by scent? That's a thing some races can do, if you can do it.
I mean, I'm a lion. I would think that.
Why I did that.
I'm a lion.
Roleplay wise, yes.
I mean, yeah,
Mechanic-wise, maybe not.
yeah, mechanic-wise, not really so much, but if we're doing that, then I have this.
No, I admit I clicked that. No, so I don't know that this is gonna apply from the background. But if I could,
there you
I
go.
mean, I'm just trying to, any information I can on, if anyone who's seen Bannon, where he's been, where he's gone, maybe any kind of hints for it. Because again, he had one thing in mind, and our goal, the goals align on that. So I agree. If we can find where Bannon's going, And that's probably a better indication of where Marset's gone. Because I can't think for the life of me right now with all this information where he might have gone, other than to just go to the Swamplands because of the fog.
Yeah, okay. Each connection forms a city contact. Like, you've been
Yeah,
talking to
like I
people,
said.
right? You've been keeping your ear to the ground. People say, like, last night, they saw him storm through. He went to his hut. He came back. Some people say they saw him go towards Monset's place, and he fucking stormed out of there.
He did what we did. God be damned.
Running around town, first injured, then with gear, and then you're getting a bunch of different stories, and then he settled on going towards the fall.
To the falls, gentlemen. Well done,
Well,
Marcus. Well
I
done,
don't
Leo.
I don't want to fall.
The falls.
I think you said
A
fog.
waterfall. Oh,
Fog.
did he say fog?
I said
waterfall?
Waterfall, yeah.
Yeah, the
Or
fall.
the falls.
To the falls. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. How long have we been at this?
About 3 hours.
Probably too long.
Let me take a look.
Jeez.
I'm
3
good to
hours,
keep going
15
if you guys
minutes. How's everybody feeling on the East Coast?
are. Aight.
I'm doing quite well on the East Coast
I'm doing alright.
since I'm on baby duty.
Well, then
How old's the little
we
tyke?
continue.
Yeah, okay. So, if you have spent the majority of your day walking back and forth throughout the town,
Fucking right? God.
it's maybe about 4 or so, 4 o'clock. As you head towards the direction of the falls. You walk along the bridge, you walk along the side, there's some trees to the left or right, there's a bank that you can follow, lead in that general direction. Maybe I'm alright, dude, I guess. I'm not lying, I'm kind of tired, but yeah. So, as you walk along the bank that leads in that general direction that the, what was his name, the halfling? The halfling had told you about.
Oh, there's no name given.
Yeah, I know, my bad.
Didn't ask.
Okay, you're just heading directly towards it, right? You're not doing anything specific about it? You're just fucking charging in?
Yeah, we're trying to make up the lost ground. Maybe keep the tracks from that 16 survival. See if we can pick up his trail. But we have a goal. Even if we lose his tracks, we'll still head towards it.
Yeah, we'll go for 16 survival. Eventually, it's very similar in the shape and size of Bandon's boots, Leo, and you find in the mud and the dirt. He seems to have been storming off in this general direction. You're able to follow that. Approaching in a serpentine fashion, apparently.
It only took us all fucking day.
Okay, so sorry. So I come across these boot prints. Oh, if we would have just come here in the first place, probably would have been hot on his heels. And they turn and look here.
And you look there, and you see his prints, but if you would like, you can give me a perception, all of you really, as you look there at the footprints in the ground.
It's my specialty.
Nice, Nagel.
Reggie and Nagel in particular, you notice there's another set of tracks that aren't exactly, what's the word, uniform, right? It's apparent that someone else, maybe others were here, and they weren't exactly on good terms, perhaps. You know, there's spots where it just digs into the ground and stops. There are little drag marks here and there.
Signs of a struggle.
Indeed. One must expect her to put up a fight. Let's continue. Or he just got his sword drawn.
Well, got a sword drawn as well.
Weapon unshouldered.
This is weapon.
Now, Marcus, both Bannon and Eleanor, I believe to be vital to the town for the time being. Please try not to shoot them.
As long as they're not attacking us, I will do my best, but if our lives are under threat, well, I will do what I must.
Perhaps just lethal manner.
Go for a kneecap, perhaps. But I respect your wishes, of course. And off we go to Neverland.
Now, you spend another good 40 minutes following the trail. It tapers off here and there, but eventually you come across the aforementioned waterfall. The mists in the air, it sprays, water is loud and rapid. It leads into the river bank, and there are birds chirping in the air. And that's the setting you see, as I call it, because I'm kind of tired. Sorry.
Alright.
That's alright, yeah. It's a good,
Yeah,
good
that's fine,
3
man.
and a 3.5
Oh,
hour
shit.
session, no worries. I will stop it there.